Hey, happy Friday, everyone. It's Harry from Hazspur TV. The Premier League is back. Yes, Premier League is back. Thank fuck. So today I've got a star-studded lineup.
Happy Friday. That's a good one.
Yeah, literally. So first one, welcome Mark to the show. I'm not sure if you've been on my show before. Have you?
Or is it first time debut for Mark, right? Guys,
maybe once, maybe once.
Maybe once.
Maybe once.
Thanks for inviting me.
To the show. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Pleased to be here. Always prepared to
You're
have a chat about Spurs.
Yeah. Eugene, my brother from Asia. You're right.
I'm well. All right. It's going to be an interesting beginning of the season. So let's sit back, bring out the chips or crisps, right? Crisps, and punch away.
And TJ, I mean, you're always here. But,
well done, my people. Love and blessings to all you guys. Tottenham's back, and it's getting the season's looking interesting. To be totally honest with you, I just want to mention something before we start. Nigel said he's going to pop on. He just has to do a few things with the family, and he's going to come on. So yeah, he'll just pop. He's got the link, so he'll just come on. And one last thing, I'm going to have to leave to go to work, but I'll jump back on as well. So if you guys are still going. Yeah. I'll still be able to jump on in it. But yeah, let's get on with the show.
Yeah, don't forget, like last week we did 3-hour show. So you
last week 3 hours.
Yeah, you last week
and for all you new people who are watching, right? TJ is naked, all right? Just to
so please subscribe to his OnlyFans. £5 a month.
Nah, you know what? Come on, man. I'm worth more than £5. That's disrespectful.
Yes, why are you undervaluing him like we're undervaluing all the players that we have?
Yeah, including TJ, undervaluing TJ.
Yeah. TJ, why don't you go
I wanted to go first.
You have to go.
Yeah, cool. Look, so as you guys know, look, I think everybody that's been on has a show, and any new person that has come to watch us, my opinion on Frank. I was really disappointed for him to come to Tottenham. Obviously, I had so many doubts. Look. Going off of what we've done with Ange, I just felt like he deserved a little bit more of a chance. Obviously, Ange is in the past, and this is nothing to do with Ange, right? But I just wanted to make that statement. And the reason why I thought Frank wasn't the right choice for actually Tottenham was these two main criterias. One, he hasn't won anything particular. Two, I feel like the step up to Tottenham, in my opinion, there were better managers out there that we should have gone for, in my opinion. I give you just one name in contention if we were really serious. Glasner. Look at how and I wanted Glasner before the European final. Let me make that clear to everybody that is on this show. It wasn't just in the moment. I was saying Ange out. Remember this. I was Ange out. So I just want to make that clear in it. So since I've just said all of that, now going back to Frank, because I have to make that clear for all the new people that don't know me. They just paint a picture like I'm hating on Frank. I see it in the comments. Some of them think I'm hating on Frank because they don't know where my points are going. But cool, that's all done. Cool.
But now, TJ, I wanted Glasner as well, but I don't think he would have left Palace. Man,
no. But if we were serious,
he would have left Palace. They were in the FA Cup final.
Okay, cool. Inzaghi, you got Inzaghi, you got the Dortmund manager. There was many managers that we could have gone for.
He was going to the Champions League.
Like Terzic, you would have taken Terzic.
I think I don't know too much about him. I know he's done all right. I wanted ready, proven managers that have won things and have some sort of background to them. Yeah, that's the reason why I was like, Frank is a good manager. What he's done in the Prem with Brentford made them an established team. Great. That wasn't my issue. My issue was I wanted ready winners, because for me, you're replacing someone that just won a trophy with someone that hasn't won a trophy. That was my issue. Trophies are important to me. Cool. Back to what I was going to talk about, Frank.
Well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go back to what I was talking about, Frank.
Is don't get me wrong, Glasner was my first choice as well. But what I would argue for me with Frank is that considering we finished 17th, we lost 22 games last season. I think we had to bring in a Premier League proven manager, which narrows down the list to obviously Silva and these other managers.
No, but see, this is what I didn't want to make this topic about Ange, because however, I can fire back with saying stuff like last season he finished 5th. This season he broke a trophy drought that I've never experienced a trophy. Remember, I'm a young fan. I've not experienced a trophy. That 2012, 2008 trophy, I don't even remember it. I don't even remember it, so I don't class it as a trophy.
Maybe it's different for us.
You know, it's obviously different from your perspective. So for me, that's why I did. So, but this wasn't the point. And that point was meant to be just so tiny in it. But let me go back to the point about Frank. Honestly, he has convinced me that he's very tactically. He can actually adapt. No, on a serious note, like my concerns about Van der Ven playing in this deeper line because it's going to affect his attributes. Obviously, Mark will understand what I'm talking about because I said it on their show the other day. But I'm addressing these things because it's so important that I'm not no flip-flop. You know, people, I say something and then people think I go with the narrative. No. Frank amazed me that he could adapt to our strengths and their weaknesses, because for me, we already know our creative ability is nullified right now. We didn't have clear enough wingers. Obviously, Kulusevski was there, but we don't have powerful strikers, so we wasn't going to ever be able to take on PSG. In fact, me, Mark, we all agreed that we would lose. So the fact that I saw Frank and even Mark, didn't I say this? I said I wasn't even going to watch the game. I made that clear. That's how nervous I was, you know? So I'm giving Frank praise. That's why I wanted to speak first. I know I've taken around 7 minutes, 8 minutes, but I want people to know that I don't just
anyway. ESG's the next topic anyway. So
yeah. I don't want. I'm gonna stop talking because I've spoke for quite a while now. But I don't want people to think I just go with the narrative because they see me on one show and I say one thing there and I say another thing here and then some because I saw comments like you're naive, you just hate.
No. No. Don't worry. Carry on. I'm just wanting to score. There's a picture of TJ.
A picture of TJ.
You don't want to see what's going on behind the camera. Don't worry.
Oh no, you don't. You can PayPal me. PayPal me £20.
No, I just want to see that. His OnlyFans, I'll get to his channel. A subscription per month is how much? £20?
£20, yeah, £20 for one nitpick. 40 for both. Yeah, no, but that's all said and done in it. And let's let the other people speak, and then we go through the show. But I wanted to address that.
I was because obviously, TJ just referenced your show, so it's easy for me to go with this. I was watching your show after the game. It was a really good show, by the way. I really enjoyed it. So what are your thoughts on PSG? And like, did you learn anything new? Like, do you think? For example, I had a theory before we even played that game, and I wanted this, so I was so happy it happened, that he might go with a 5 against at least the bigger sides in Europe, and I was happy he did that. So just in general, like, how did you feel about the game? Did you feel like you saw anything different? Just in general, just like say what you want.
I thought I saw a lot of different stuff. I thought I saw a lot of what Spurs fans want to see. We referenced before the game, like you were saying, about would he go, if you want to call it 3 at the back or 5 at the back, what with the wing backs. I was very pleased with how we pressed the game in the first half without overdoing it. And by that, I mean, you can overpress so you get played round, right? And PSG are very good at that. What Thomas Frank did very well, especially with when it was the 5 in midfield, you know, I know it was more of a 4-2-3-1 as they kept coming back and setting up. But a lot of the time he had 5 in midfield and he had those 5 pressing blocks. If you watch carefully, They were pressing blocks, not too high, but enough to shut them down and stop them playing. And for me, that was a great tactic because, as TJ said, all we had was kudos going forward. And what a game that geezer had.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. He was unbelievable. Free round him all the time. You know what I mean? If there weren't three, there was two. He was always double marked. The only fella that could hold the ball up in the game.
Different level.
I thought we did really well, obviously, up until the substitutions. You know?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Really well.
But like, do you think, because what I noticed with the playing the 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, whatever people want to call it, was that because obviously my argument always is when you play teams of high quality, I'm not saying our players are like awful or anything, but you need to counteract that with adding numbers to midfield. I mean, Ferguson always used to do that away to Arsenal anyway. Yeah. But so what I noticed was if the player went round like I don't know, was it Barcola? Is that his name? Barcola?
Yeah,
anyway,
Barcola.
He went past like one player, you'd have another 2 or 3 like around him to try and just counteract his quality to like close down the ball and win it back. And we were brilliant at doing that. Like I noticed that a lot. And for me, kudos, like you said, was just a different level to everyone else. You can tell the guy is just top grade.
I think it helped massively when you're playing a double pivot like we did. Paulinho and Bentancur were sensational. I mean, for me, it was the best game I've seen Bentancur had since before his injury. 100%, every single ball, only once. Because again, I referenced this about our players let the opposing players run past them and don't track them. You know, it's a big thing for me, that. And only once it happened with Bentancur. He let someone run past and watched it happen, and he stood still.
Yeah.
And luckily, the ball never got there. But apart from that, Paulinho and Bentancur were breaking everything up. They didn't have anyone to give it to, apart from kudos. But for breaking up the play, that double pivot was brilliant. I thought they were both brilliant, those two.
I mean, for me, Bentancur was my player of the season last year. I think his work got under the radar already, and I think he's probably, if I wasn't going to name Romero as the captain, I hope that he's going to sign an extension or something, because otherwise I don't see the point. I would have given it to Bentancur personally as a captaincy, but obviously he's not been given it, and we just have to move on, I guess. But I think his work just goes really unnoticed, and I think he's been like really good the past 6 months. Eugene, did you watch along for this game?
Yeah, I did watch along, guys. Okay, I'm going to mix up the Park Frank and PSG, the game and all that, and put it into a certain perspective. First of all, this is my opinion. I did the watch along. When the first 20 minutes to 30 minutes so, we could see that PSG was not the actual PSG because they were rusty, right? It was so clear. I will give positives to the pressing that we put out there, right? And we got the ball off them a lot in their own half, right? Sao did well, you know, all you guys, we saw that, you know, what Bentancur to do and all that, pressing, and Richie, to tell the truth, he ran his legs off, right? He was all over the place, pressing all the players. Whilst I was doing that, we got the goal, you know, so I was excited, you know, and I started to get, you know, okay, still be calm, right? I said one thing is that get one more, all right? When we have 2 up, then you must know what to do. You get what I'm saying? But we'll talk about the results later and all that, right? So as the game went on, as I could see that we are giving them problems, when the second half started, we got the early second goal, right? I thought, okay, we have them cornered. And like a lot of, you know, being at the time, I was like, shit, you know, that the feeling, you know, the emotion came is that we can, you know, being a Spurs fan, we always say, we can do it, right? We've got 2 goals. We can't be that dumb and let them come back at us, you know. But when the substitute started, I think they subbed first, right? We still were able to hang on, and big up E, right? We're still able to hang on. That's when, you know, I could see that whilst we were making our subs, our levels started to drop. And whilst they made their subs, their levels maintained, but started to get better, more cohesive, you know. And I did say one thing, right? If we don't get that second goal, that comfortable, that we call the buffer zone, we will most probably lose it, right? So in the end, they scored 2. And we could see that I'm not sure whether it's our players were tired because we were pressing like crazy in the beginning. And when the subs came in, were they the correct subs? The questions are there, right? So that's the part where you're going to question the manager, right? Sooner or later in this show, we'll question the manager, right? And then, of course, we talk about who were the subs there. And then there's this issue now that he didn't bring Bissouma. Bissouma had disciplinary problems. He didn't turn up to training on time. And it wasn't the first time. He's done it a few times. That's why Frank had to put his foot down. And for that, I back Frank because that's for the future. Frank has to show he's the manager. You know, if you don't respect the times that come in, right? Because I've been a manager before, it's really frustrating. You know what I'm saying? You know how that feels. So I back Frank for all that. I know maybe if Bissouma was there, maybe you threw him on the results. Maybe we could have hanged on, right, with the players, but we dropped in the levels. Right, but so in the end, we lost in the penalty. Guys, I'm going to ask you a question now, right? Before the game started, we all say we get smashed because of this and that. But I did go on the SEZE show and I did say this, right? Don't forget, guys, they haven't played the game yet. Right? Any type of competitive match or friendly or anything. So they will be rusty. If they came out rusty, we took advantage of it. But the thing is that in their day, quality, rise to the top. And we fell back. And it is what it is. And if this game was the other way around, let's say if PSG went up 2-0 first and we came back and we leveled it and went to a penalty, right? It would be a totally different story for the Spurs fan base. But being realistic, we see our weaknesses. And we'll continue from. Yeah, that's the PSG game. That's how I feel.
Can I have my say? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So Mark, I wanted just to mention something. I said it on the show that we were on the other day. I said one of the only ways we can actually beat PSG, if you remember correctly, and me and you had kind of like a disagreement. You can't see it happening. I said pressing high and doing all the press work. And what ended up happening? We ended up nullifying their midfield. Their midfield was really poor. It was quite a different type of PSG. And I know, again, plays into facts, they haven't played football as long as we have. So that makes total sense. But what I thought Frank got 110% right was how he adapted to PSG. I will even mention, as you said, turn it into three at the back, which Frank did. This is why, look, remember, I wasn't keen on Frank, but I can see that he's developing. I'm a really reasonable person. I need to be proved that he can do things before I just blindly put my hope and faith that he's going to be the right manager. Because that's my biggest concerns. I thought we were going to go backwards. So I see a good transitions, and it just made so much sense. Going on to the PSG game now, we all saw what the problem was, isn't it? Yeah. And let me mention something before I go on to this next point. Yeah. What I call him Teletubby Tail. That's my nickname for him, innit? And it's nothing rude, nothing like that, Don't think it's offensive. I have nicknames for many players. I just want to make that clear first. So I call him Kelly.
I'll make it clear, because I want to criticize Tel as well. And I'm sure everyone is going to do it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me just make it clear before I get cancelled. We don't support any racism he received online.
That's exactly what I was just going to do. Yeah. No, so I literally, that's why I was explaining when I call him Teletubby, I don't want anybody to think that look, it can't be racist. I'm black myself, innit? But it's nothing to be rude about. It's nothing offensive to him, It's just I have nicknames for players, and that's just how I feel connected to them,
Yeah.
What has been going on with Hell is appalling. Let me make it clear. Appalling. Any player can get criticized 100%. I'm going to even say it. I can criticize a player because if I don't see them playing correctly, it's fair for me to judge them. They're footballers. They need to. Sometimes it's good to know your weaknesses. You know, you learn from your weaknesses. You know, I hope it doesn't affect him too much. I hope he's thick skin, because, in my opinion, this is the driving point for him to prove all his haters, even myself. I say we wasted 30 million on him. I can't see what his best attributes are. And like, you know, like I was having a conversation with another Tottenham fan just to talk about Tottenham. Like, and I'm not comparing no players. So when I mention these players' name, technically I am, but I'm not really like saying, yo, he's better than him. This is not what I'm saying. When you look at like the attributes of Werner, for example, what would you say his best things were? You would say running, pace, right? We all agree he's not good at shooting. He was terrible at shooting, but we would say running, pace. When you're talking about like what is it called, Bentancur, because you have to compare and contrast. It's fair to compare and contrast previous players, you know, to see what type of level we're seeing. When you talk about Bergvall, sadly it didn't work, but what was his attribute? He was able to keep the ball. His dribbling. His best attribute was his dribbling, in my opinion. You guys can have different opinions, but I thought his best attribute was dribbling. I can go on. Lamela, you know, Lucas Moura. I can go on. Bale. I can go on. Their main attribute. They were probably phenomenal players, but there's something that they're really good at, thriving at. My question to the panel, because I've spoken for a while now, what is Tell's best attribute? Because for me, I can't see it, and I feel like a good. You know what? Honestly. He's young. He can develop. You know, but when you see the level that you have to be and you see what we have, it's underwhelming. Let's keep it. Let's be really real.
Yeah. You're on the same camp as me. I didn't want him at the club, but obviously he's here now. But from watching him, the only thing I can see is basically like if I'm pushing myself to find something, is more like his runs, I guess. Like, I think he knows where to be. I'm not saying he has the end product. I just think he knows what positions to
maybe I need to watch him a bit more. Maybe, yeah, interesting.
I'm not saying. By the way, I'm not educating the transfer. I'm trying to push something because you asked for an attribute.
No, I've seen Kel for so long, right? To be honest, his attributes not much, not many, right? I seen him lose the ball. He can't hold the ball. Maybe once or twice, he's crossed it in well. Dribbling, have you actually seen him take on a man, go past a man?
Not one.
Right? So these are things that we need to see him do, but we hardly ever see him do that. Or maybe this season come along after all that's happened, right, guys? We can criticize him. It's up to him whether
I just didn't want it to come across
rise above it.
That's why I said it the way I said it. No, that's why I said it the way I said it. I think I'm the best person to say it, because I actually strongly when I say strongly, I like footballers in a certain way. And for me, like I can agree to why you should have Werner. Do you get where I'm coming from? If we're talking extremes, I can agree to why we should have Werner, because his attributes are pace, running at defenders. I'm lacking to see where he can thrive, and see, I'm being very respectful as well, because what has happened is appalling. Let me make that clear. Any fan that says they're a Tottenham fan, they need to get dropped. I don't know if it was Tottenham fans, if it was whoever. What happened online is appalling. Nobody should go through that. What I'm justifying is you should be able to criticize, and criticize respectfully. You know, this can help him. You know, who knows? He might watch this and he's like, look, it's fair for you to judge me like that. That's what I need to improve on. He's still young. Hopefully, look, I feel like
the thing is that if we get Savio in, right, if we get SEZE in, all right, he'll hold down the backing order, right? SEZE will play on the left. It's a left wing, right?
Yeah.
Or,
He will.
Yeah.
On the left.
Yeah. So
And Eze will play in the middle.
For this Tel issue, guy, right? We all know it's always a human thing. You know what I'm saying? Not we have all this, it goes around, but for him as a footballer, he still needs to go out there and prove himself. So mentally, he has to be above all this, right? So that he proves us wrong. That's what you think. I don't want Tel to turn out to be a wonderful footballer.
Eugene, I think the biggest problem with us is, and this is not a dig at Tel, but you look at Odobert, Tel, Gray. One of the issues with these players is the prices we bought them at, because Bergval was only like 10 million, Takai's 5, so there's less expectation on them because they're not expected to. Because dropping those kind of money on players is fine. Like expectations a lot less. I'm not defending his performances. Also, these 3 players I mentioned, Gray, Odobert, and Tel, they might be versatile in quotation marks, but the problem is if they don't get nailed down a place in a certain position, like with Bergval, you can say he's either going to be an 8 or a 10. Like we know at least he's going to be one of 2 positions. Gray was tossed around all around the pitch last season. Tel, I don't know if he's a striker or a winger or
Gray last season wasn't tossed around. I mean, Gray last season played defense. You get
Odobert the same issue.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
he had a chance to play
that kind of money on the youngster and then like not put him in a position. I'm not defending his performance. Like I don't rate Tel at all, like, as you know. But the problem with Spurs is if we drop say 15 million on Tel, for example, and 15 million on Gray and 15 million on Odobert, it
wouldn't be. I agree. It wouldn't be as much pressure, right? Okay. But because we overpaid. Oh, sorry, my friend. Let me just make this little point and then you can go on. I feel like because we've overpaid on these players, whether we're predicting them to be amazing superstars or not, right? You expect a competent level at Tottenham Hotspur. We're not Oxford. We're not a championship club. There needs to be levels that are required for you to be playing at Tottenham. That's my biggest concern about signing players that are not proven. And even look, I'm not saying signing youngsters you're gonna get the youngsters are just gonna be world class. No.
Yeah.
You need to be able to prove that you can be in the first team. So look, example, I'll give you a great example. We know Donley is gone on loan. We know the Viking, look again, I call him the Viking for Stoltrovic, yeah? He's gone, he's gone on loan. Yeah.
He's still here, right?
I think he's going on loan.
Yes,
I think, and after I make this comment, let's get Mark's say, because he hasn't spoken for a while, just this last little bit, last little bit. We know that Albert, we know that even Mikey Moore, we know all of these players that have shown their quality at certain stages have gone on loans, right? If Tel is first team, what we say is first team, it has to hit a decent standard. Because what was the point of us spending this much money when this much money could actually help the Eze deal? Again, we still haven't got the transfers in, so I've got too much PTSD to put my balls on the line and say we're definitely getting Savinho and we're definitely getting Eze when we definitely need them. You see my point? But that's the last bit I'm going to say. Mark, what's your opinion, my friend?
My opinion is that the Tel deal was so easy for Daniel Levy to do because of the money owed, from Bayern. Nothing had to change hands, which I think's madness. At the end of the day, before Tel even signed, was banging on about use that money that's left to get Paulinho, to get a DM in. But no, it didn't work like that. Tel for me is young. I'm a bit like you, TJ. I haven't seen anything that justifies 40 odd million quid, 30 million and 10 million for the loan. I don't know where he's going with him. I don't know what they expected to achieve. And you hit the nail on the head, right? You can go down this route. Odibert, Bergvall to an extent, but he was a lot less money. Gray.
Yep.
Well, there we go there. There's 140, 150 million quid. Right? So with that 150 million quid, there's SEZE and there's SSAVIO.
And
100%. 100%.
And now, as far as I can see, we're pissballing about over SSAVIO, for 7 million quid.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. My point is that.
Okay, the thing is that, like, we are football fans. What do we want to see our footballers do? Right? Play football, right? Do the proper things in football, right? And a lot of times when you talk about the price of the player and all that, right, it's part of the package that comes with it. But if you come down to the purest form, right, it doesn't matter what your price is, right? You could be worth £5, but if you go onto the pitch, right, and you ball it out, right, you show your passion, your intelligence, you know what you're doing, right, then it doesn't matter. The only problem is that we keep collecting these type of players with that kind of quality and at that kind of age. And we just sit there and hope that, let's hope they become better. Let's hope they become better. Let's hope they can become better. That's why we're Spurs. We're still stuck here, you know. And to tell the sad part is about what happened in the PSG game is that I really didn't want to say this, right? Being 2-0 up, right? And getting packed back to 2-2 and losing on the penalties, right? It feels so Spursy again. You get what I'm saying? And I hate that feeling. So we know the players that we have ain't that quality. We need, right, the club to act, right, to show the fans that they are serious. That's what we need, right? If we do get SEZE, if we do get SEZE in, right, it will be first time, right? To tell the truth, I would say good job. You get what I'm saying? This season, I think this transfer window, right, is the first time I've seen, right, we've brought in 3 players and 4 players, 1 on loan, right, that is actually building.
First team,
a building stepping stone kind of scenario. You get what I'm saying? And going back to what Conte said 2.5 seasons ago, all you need is 3 or 4 quality players per season. Spend about 200 million, right? By the 18 months time, right? You will have a solid squad then you start building again. Then that's how you put in some youngsters and all that, right? But we are Spurs. We go the other way around.
Can I just jump in? Can I just say that?
Go ahead.
We've all been very frustrated over the years. There's been a lot of times when Spurs have built half a team, 3/4 of a team, but never had a squad, right?
Yeah.
Coming back to TJ's point earlier on about Thomas Frank, I'll just say this. You might disagree, whatever. What I will say is, right, no one give Pochettino any hope when he come from Southampton. He wasn't a trophy winner, right? Now, he didn't get us over the line, right? But look what he did, right? With I hasten to add, no backing for that 18 months.
Yeah. No, Cookie, let me say one thing.
Hang on, Eugene, hang on. Just let me say, right? Thomas Frank is a coach. We was all screaming for a coach. We don't always get which one we want. Some wanted Glasner, some wanted Frank. Others were mentioning Marco Silva. They were the names that were being bantered about. We also had, like Hazspur, Terzic was flying about. There was others as well, right? But we wanted a coach. That was what we wanted more than anything else. Secondly, I think what is the most important thing about Thomas Frank coming in is that all his coaching staff have come with him. So he doesn't have to be out on that training pitch every single minute because all of his coaches know exactly what Thomas Frank wants. Right? Now, the next step is we're at where we are now, right? Mr. Levy has come out again, dropped himself in it by saying, we want to win the league. We want to win the Champions League. Well, Daniel, to do that, you got to put your hand in your pocket And if you're not doing that after what you've said, number one, you're a disgrace, right? Because you can't look at that team and go, well, we've got so much going forward there, because there's nothing apart from one that you've bought in. You can't rely on one, right? These other two need to come in just so it gives you that solid 11 again when they're all fit. We need much more than that, but we're not going to get it in this window. And that's why it's so important for me, for these two, because we still need a striker. You know, don't care what anyone says, Solanke and Richarlison are not good enough.
They're not good enough for the ambitions that the owner has said. You can only go off of what the owner said, and he said, quote unquote, he wants to win the Premier League and he wants to win the Champions League. Yeah. So if he doesn't back Frank, what was the point of hiring Frank? Now, you made a point, a very, very great point, in terms of this kind of like is kind of similar to Pochettino. And 110% I will agree with that point. You know? It's just, it's sad the same scenario of Levy not backing Poch. How many managers how many processes do we have to go through to accept that Levy clearly doesn't care about our football club? Because we're always optimistic about the next coach.
Yeah.
And Eugene, I'm going to say something. I'm going to let you go because I know you're going to want to go. I'm now coming to the consideration of what Eugene's like. Ange don't care.
Yeah.
Frank don't care. I don't care about what manager. I don't care about what manager goes on the pitch. Put me on the pitch. I won't care, bro. If the foundation's wrong, I said this on your show, Mark, I think it was Nigel's show, or whoever's show it was on a few days ago, whenever it was, right? If the foundation's not right, and I'm going to actually say the analogy that a legacy fan told me. When you're building a house, the foundation has to be strong. If the foundation's not strong, and sooner or later, a crack will form. When that crack forms, say goodbye to that house. Because if the foundation is not right, we're never going to be successful. Forget talking about Premier Leagues and Champions League. You know? And see, we sacked someone, and see, this is the thing that a lot of fans will disagree with me. And it's just my opinion, because I do stand wholeheartedly on it. Because Frank hasn't done it yet. He was so close to doing it against PSG, but obviously the substitutes were what caused the downfall, in my opinion. But what I was just about to say, we sacked a manager that was able to do it under this scum owner. Think about it. Like, generally.
That's what I've been telling you, right, TJ? For me, after when the commentating finished, right, I went to the stage. You come to the realization, right? It doesn't matter which manager is there. You get what I'm saying? That's why after a while, when he came out and said we got our Tottenham back, I went, and you don't care, because we're back to the same old bullshit again, right? But this season we're being spun a new bullshit, right? About we want the Premier League and we want the Champions League. So our fan base focus becomes re-deluded again, right? Thinking that our owners are going to do it. But then while this transfer window is happening, he hasn't done it yet. So, but it's not over yet. He could show that he wants to do it.
That's why I was going to say, I'm holding my judgment until the end of the window.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
When it comes to Frank, right, I only had one question the other day. I asked this question: has Frank ever been in a final before? Think about it, guys.
No.
No. He's never
Was
been
he
in
in the
one
playoff
final.
final or not?
No.
Was he ever in the
No.
playoff final?
Playoff, that's a playoff. You don't win a trophy for a playoff. You get what I'm saying? Actually, in a final that wins a trophy, he hasn't.
No.
So this
Never
one,
been
I'm giving him this time. You guys, because if he did do with a 2-0 up and 85 minutes, if he did a Mourinho, took out all the attackers, right, and put
the defenders on, put Ben Davis on,
and Vuskovic
put all
on,
of them on,
and put 7 men on the goal line, on the goal post, the goal line, right?
We could have won. I agree. I agree with you, my friend.
No, but now I'm giving him this one chance. You get what I'm saying? To show me that, you said he will know how to adapt and all that, but he brought on that substitutes, right? I don't blame him for that because we don't have the quality, right? But before I go on, right, let's let Nige have a say because
I've been waiting here patiently, sorry.
Yeah, I know. We've been through the Frank. We're talking about the Frank thing, the PSG game, and now we're coming up to the SEZE and SEVIO part. So give us your thoughts, Nige.
PSG, yeah.
On PSG, I thought we were incredibly unlucky. Just to go in on the Frank bit quickly, I know we said about playoffs, but Frank has managed 2 playoff finals, one in which he won, one in which he lost. Arguably as well, the one he won was, the biggest prize in world football when you get up to the Premier League. But actually, regarding the PSG game, I thought Spurs were incredibly unlucky. I thought we played superb for 70 minutes. Seemed like we ran out of steam a little bit. And definitely the bench killed us. We had nothing coming off the bench, whereas Paris Saint-Germain brought players on that would walk into our team. So, yeah, for me, it was the bench, but we were, 90 seconds away from winning?
Yeah.
Yep.
But if I remember asking, Nigel, how much importance did you put on the Super Cup in terms of, competitiveness? Do you think it's a bit of a, European Community Shield? Or, because I know a lot of people might see it as a massive trophy, but I'm maybe not my minority where I was obviously I wanted us to win it, but I didn't expect us to do anything. But at the same time,
let me have this theory first, right?
Another trophy.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I got this theory, right? When we sang we are the champions of Europe, right? If we had beaten PSG, right, then we would have the right to sing we are champions of Europe because we beat the Champions League winners.
But it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, go with
it's one of them. If we win it, it's the greatest cup competition ever. If we lose it, it's just a glorified friendly, which effectively it was. It's all about minutes in the legs, all that kind of jargon. But it would have been nice to win it, and being 2-0 up for that long, it did feel a bit deflating to lose it right at the end.
Yeah, I was asking your opinion. Yeah.
I was just going to say, the way we were snapping into tackles for 70 minutes, I don't believe we were treating it like some sort of pre-season game, mate. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think, it was practice of sorts. It was a final, but I think Thomas Frank was trying to implement something against PSG, the same as he will try to do against Burnley. In a different way, he'll try and do it against Man City. And whoever he comes up against, he's going to be trying to implement his way of beating that side, whether it be the formation, the structure of the team. And that's what we haven't seen for 2 years. And that's what I want fans that go every week to be able to witness what a proper coach does with his players.
Guys, you only had to see the players after the game. See how gutted they were. I think Romero was in tears, wasn't he? The players definitely took it seriously.
Yeah.
I was just playing devil advocate about it because I know obviously if we won it, everyone would have been gone ballistic.
No, look. Can I say something as well? Yeah. No, look. It was heartbreaking, and I'm so proud of the boys, innit? Look. We can criticize. They're Tottenham. You know what I'm talking about. This is why I fell in love with Tottenham. I might dislike a certain player, but he's one of us. Let's be so honest with you, you know. Look at Dyer, for example. Look how much hate Dyer got. Think about it. But he was when he left. I really, you still hate him.
I don't hate anybody. I don't want to put a strong word on it. But you just say that.
No. For me, I look even up to Emerson Royale. Them players, man. Sometimes sometimes I miss them, you know, like not in terms of you can play right now, nah, but
you miss them because you want to laugh at them, right? You can call them Chicken Royale.
I think it's the fact that they love the club, you know. Players like Dyer, players like Royale, they love Tottenham, and I think when a player loves Tottenham, it kind of, no matter how they play,
you fall for them.
It kind of makes you love them back.
Like Emerson in midfield.
No, it's true. No, bro. Listen, I had some, but that, bro. There's context to that, my friend. Please
I know,
stop bringing it up. No, but no. Last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We all but said, and I think everybody. I don't think any of our fans believe we would have won against PSG.
Yeah.
So what we saw was a benefit. We did see what Frank is going to do. This is why I'm actually interested in how the season's going to go. Remember, like, I can be wrong. I'd rather be wrong than right, innit?
Yeah. But guys, have you not noticed, right? We played a high pressing game for 70 minutes, and after that, we tired out, like, we dropped off, like, to about 50%.
That's why we need signings.
No,
that's why we need signings.
The signings is another thing. Whether the levels they can maintain is another thing. You get what I'm saying? That's the other thing I'm worried about. So let's hope Frank will know how to adapt it properly.
No, but look, you know what it is, isn't it? When you look at Frank's managerial career at Brighton, they always had subs, people to come on. Yeah, that's what I meant. Brentford, didn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean to call it Brighton. Brentford, didn't it? They always had people to come on. We have such a bad squad in terms of squad-wise. Our quality is not there.
Steve, you're a Brentford guy. Throw the link in the chat. If you're free, hop on.
I'll link to him, but he's not. Yeah. Anyway, I'll put it again.
Yeah, jump on in it. Jump on. In fact, tell us the insight about Frank because for me, Frank,
Mr. B, just click on the link, man.
Frank used his subs really well at Brentford. You know, they were hard to beat. Just watch a few of their games. You can see it. They had I don't watch Frank a lot. I didn't watch a lot of Frank's games, right? But for me, between having Tell and having whoever, who else is going to come? And maybe Eze, maybe Savino. Let's say Savino. Even just having that rotation is really good, man. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
If Tell is going to be the second choice, cool, fair enough. Alderweireld there. You know, between three of them, it makes so much sense. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Eze makes so much sense because we don't have no creators right now. Olmo, who we're linked to, makes so much sense because we don't have no creators. Yeah, I saw it online, innit? I saw it online, innit? Danny Olmo from Barcelona. They're having PSR problems and all of that, so they're looking to offload. Yeah, and obviously Tottenham was one of the clubs that were linked. Again, I don't know if it's true, but what I'm trying to say, these players make so much sense. Just get it done, please, Levy. This once, and you know what? Big me, I can say you're trying to change. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Well, I mean, TJ, it was changed for Tottenham, wasn't it? Protest we went to. So hopefully they've listened. Hopefully they're going to be a protest again, right? So, yeah. I'm going to go to Mark first about Eze and Savino because I was watching your stream yesterday about it, or the other day. So do you think we're going to get both? Is there one you prefer if we're going to have to pick one between the two? And what difference will they make to us? I mean, what do you think, Mark, in general?
Just quality-wise, I think we all know about Eze and what he can do. A bit less about Savino. But I'd like to think that we'll get both of them, and I think it's in our hands to get both of them.
Yeah.
I think everything that's come out so far, there's been a bid for Eze, 7 million under. There's been a bid for Savino. Now Pep's saying he's injured for a couple of weeks. We all know what that's about. That don't take a lot of working out. To me, both deals are close, right? From what I've seen.
I think so too.
Right? Yeah. So it's up to Levy, like we said earlier. Whatever the difference is, if he's 5 million short, whatever, it's up to both clubs to sort of meet in the middle a bit. You know what I mean? If Man City wants 70 million and we're at 62 or 63 million, then meet them at 65, 66 million. You know, both sides have to give and take a little bit. And it's the same with the SEZE deal with Palace and Parish. You know, he's a hard taskmaster, Parish, the same as what Levy is. And that is probably why the deal is taking so long. It's nothing, nothing to do with personal terms or anything like that. It's just about Levy and Parish and Levy and Man City sorting it out, getting it done. And that's what needs to happen. We need to get it done. But I'm hopeful in the way of I want them, but whether Levy actually does it or not and presses the button. If he don't press the button, he's a fool. He's a fool. Yeah. Stop opening that all the time, giving it to Bobby, right? And start backing it up. Start backing it up.
Yeah. Like for me, if I'm being honest, I'm more excited about SEZE. I'd be the person to be like more excited about the more established player, but as soon as I saw SEZE at City, I'm like, this guy is just, I don't know, just so exciting to watch. Just watch a player get the ball to go past players, and it's just we're crying out for a player like that so badly on the wing. So for me, I'm more excited about him than SEZE. But we all know SEZE is going to bring like a totally different, especially if he plays him as a 10, because I want to see him as a 10. Totally different level. Right. Like, yeah.
No, I totally agree. I think I don't want either or. I want both. I want both now, 100%. I think I'm actually pretty confident with SEZE, and I'm pretty confident with SEZAVIO as well. I think we get both, and just imagine that front three behind the striker, whoever the striker is. And we were saying it earlier, Mark. We don't have to play those three every week. We can bring Kudos out. We still got two there. We could bring SEZAVIO out. We still got two there. And guys, I have a question for you. It's something I've been reading up the last hour or so, and I'm quite interested by it. Is that Forest apparently, have they signed McAtee yet?
Yeah, it's more or less confirmed, right?
Apparently they are looking at signing Rico Lewis as well.
And they're in talks with Douglas Luiz, I heard last night.
Yeah. But also Rico Lewis, who's also three midfielders. I know Rico Lewis plays defence. Rico Lewis from Man City.
Man City. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe do you think this Morgan Gibbs-White deal maybe is still on? Because it's come out today that Morgan Gibbs-White was desperate to join Spurs, was absolutely gutted that he didn't join, and it was kind of forced to sign a contract. Do you think maybe he might have signed a contract just to get a bit more money? Because if they're signing so many midfielders,
I know what you're saying.
It just seems a bit weird.
No, I think they are a proper football club. They are being proactive. You can see that. Because Morgan Gibbs-White, Morgan Gibbs-White, right? If he maintains his form this coming season, right, he will surely be gone next season. Because don't forget, he extended his contract by 1 year, 2028. So if next season,
if we don't get him now, next summer definitely.
Yeah, he'll go next summer. I don't know. Maybe he'll go to Man City next summer if he brings his level up.
Nice. You did watch the interview with Paranakis, right?
Wait, before you go on to that, before you go on to that,
he had a gun next to him, pointed at his ribs, like.
You know what? Like, let me tell you this, innit? But I doubt that we'll get Gibbs-White. And can I be honest with you? Going to like the question, Savino or Eze. Can I be so honest with you? I'm not putting my balls on either, because for me, I have PTSD with Gibbs-White, but not only that, Levy actually has PTSD, because think about it. Big money signings have all flopped. Think about it. Like when you actually see all his big money signings.
Eze, SEZAVIO, Kudos at least have Premier League experience behind them. With
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I agree with you. But look, what I'm trying to say is all his big name signings, we can talk about. We can talk about a little bit of Richarlison. We can talk about Solanke still here. It's flopping, right? You can talk about who else? Ndombele. Bro, the big money signings. You know, he's had more failures than actually succeeders, right? So he has some PTSD. Hence why I don't think Savinho's coming to Tottenham. Not for 70 million. And I said this. I said this. I said this. I said it on the other show. I said it on the other show. I'm just gonna. Yeah, no, I doubt it, man. I doubt it. I rather. I hope it. I hope I'm wrong. I'd rather be wrong than right. Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm only putting my balls on the line when I see them in the shirt, because I put my balls on the line when I saw Gibbs White release clause. And what, when you sign, when you go to, you reach agreements for a release clause and you don't fucking get a player, there's no point of the release clause. So it makes no sense to me. Still, that Gibbs White thing don't make no sense to me. And no matter how many people that talk to me about it, I still don't see their point. I will never say, when you pay money for a player as release clause, you get the player standard. Otherwise, what's the flipping point?
But I want to make a point about Gibbs White.
Whenever you pay the release clause doesn't mean you will get the player. Come on, TJ. It doesn't work that way. We all know that, right? You can pay the release clause.
This is the first time. Wait. This is the first time, in my opinion. This is the first time. Go for it.
TJ's a few factors. I think personally, Marinakis is the biggest issue at Forest in terms of that transfer, because we bid for Gibbs White before they sold Elanga. I think his ego, and I'm saying this because I'm Greek here, the guy's Greek, so I'm just going to say it out there. Basically, he didn't want to seem like he was weak by selling both of his players in the same 2 weeks. So he basically forced Gibbs White to stay because he's got a massive ego, and he didn't want to seem like he was selling his best players, which is now Forest now splashing the cash and buying all these players because, otherwise the fans will hate him. God knows what his relationship is with Nuno as well. I don't know if you saw at the end of the season when he went up to Nuno, went ballistic. Marinakis is crazy, man. I'm saying this, I'm Greek. He's crazy, but I think that's a factor in it. With Eze, he's got a year left, I think. Savinho is a 21-year-old who's probably not going to get games to see. And they're selling McAtee as well. They're selling Rico Lewis. They need to sell players if they want to buy more, I think, anyway. So I think it's different. I see your point with the release clause, though. You got a point, but Marinakis is a different breed, man. I don't know how to say.
But okay, cool. Can you truthfully say this then?
Hold on. At least Marinakis, right, is showing ambition for his club.
Yeah, he is.
He's fighting for his club. Yes.
And can you full-heartedly believe? No, but you're saying it's different, but can you full-heartedly believe and put your balls on the line right now and say Levy is paying 70 million for Savinho? Because I'm going to make a point here.
I think both deals get done. I'm being honest.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Guys, I got this theory.
We're too far in.
No, guys, I got this theory. Hold on. I got this theory. If this Saturday, right, the protest, right, has got 3,000 people out there, we'll sign them. Both of them. I'm going.
Yeah. I got my banner. I'm going, bro.
You're going?
Isn't it?
Yeah, man.
What time does the protest start? That means I have to do a protest along.
Yeah, man. How's you down?
I can't get down because I just told you the trains aren't working. So I have to go.
Man, you're gonna have to walk. You're gonna have to walk, my brother.
Yeah,
walk, man. Fly. Get yourself down, man. We need as much people to get these deals over the line. If this protest works, let me tell you this, innit? If this protest allows us to sign Savinho and Eze, bro, we need to start protesting every single time.
But TJ,
every single time.
I'm gonna get done anyway. I don't.
But I'm not convinced. You know why I'm not convinced? Because for me, we missed so many players over the years, over a few million. How many players have we missed? You name it, you legacy fans will know. That's my point. That is my point. We've missed on so many great players over the years, over a few million.
Hey,
hello,
welcome,
my friend.
Steve, Mr. B. He's a Brentford fan, right? Guys, if not, please go over and subscribe to his channel too, right, Mr. B.
I'm gonna put the link now and then just in the chat.
So, give us your take on Frank, right? He's been with you guys for 6 years.
Are we all right?
Please subscribe to Mr. B, by the way.
Yeah, good, mate.
200. Subscribe to Mr. B.
Yeah, with me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'll have to go back out, Eugene. It's not very good, mate. Reception. I've got to go back. I'll go out and come back, all right? Cheers.
Okay. All right.
No worries, my friend.
No worries. No worries.
You come back.
Mr. B, once you come back in it, yeah, can I ask you a very great question? Frank's, while you've been watching Frank more than me, what will Tottenham expect? You know, because look, we've seen glimpses of his defensive play. Does he need quality players to obviously adapt into his system, or do you actually see players like Tell, Alderweireld, and the players we currently have thriving under Frank? Because that's the biggest question.
DJ, he's gone.
Oh damn!
You can ask him when he's coming back.
Oh damn!
And just to let just to let you know, right? TJ is naked.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I'm eating tea in a minute. Look at that.
All right, you look, guys. Like I said, I have to go to work, so I'm getting myself ready now. I will be back on if you guys are still on.
Are you putting up the things? Is that why? I don't want to say it. I can't say
Yeah.
I know what we're doing. Don't worry, I know what we're doing.
Cool. All right, say less. See you later. I can't say it.
All right, take care.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, Mr. B, you're right now. Can we hear
you? Yeah. Big up, man. Yeah. I'm all right now. Yeah. Wi-Fi was a bit dodgy again there, but yeah, I'm here now. So, how are we? All right? Everyone all right?
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah,
we're all good.
I've got your channel in the link channel, isn't it? So please go subscribe to Mr. B.
Oh yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers, bro.
Yeah.
So you want me to talk about Thomas Frank, your super manager we used to have? He's a great manager, man. I tell you. I know you lost out to Bayern and everything, and you lost the Super Cup the other day. But I mean, you're tuning up, man. I just don't know. I don't know what happened there. To be quite honest with you, how you lost that one. But still, I still think Frankie will get you up to at least 7th this season.
Oh,
I think you'll do pretty well with him. I think you may get a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. I don't think another European Cup though, unfortunately. But you got that already, so you can't get too greedy, can you? So, but no, mate. I think you'll be good this season with him. You know, you could have given Ange another go, but still, you got Frankie. So.
Yeah, since you've been watching him for so long, right? Do you have any kind of weaknesses you spotted on his managerial style and all that you can actually let us know? Maybe be ready for certain goofs ups or certain things that he might do that actually shock us.
Well, you'd be pretty well organised under Frank. I'll tell you that. He does organise the team really well. Great strategies, tactics. All that. He always moves things around, changes things around. I think with Big Ange, you playing the similar way, the same way, nearly all the time. It's good attacking style, but didn't always work out, did it? So, but yeah, I think with Frankie, I think you'll be a lot better organised, and I think you might be a little bit more defensive than you used to be. But I think that's a good thing. You need to have a good defence before you can have a good attack, I think, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah, anything right. His that he's got this thing with Bissouma now about his discipline and all that, right? Has that ever happened in your club? Has he ever done that to any of your players? Mr. B?
Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi guy?
Yeah, I think he's frozen now. But let's see whether he comes back in and give him that question later.
Yeah. Okay.
Question to Nigel and Mark, Cookie. The Bissouma issue. Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy he's getting.
Yeah, I'm happy he put on his foot, right? At least to show some authority.
I'm not surprised because he comes across as that kind of player. I hate to say it. It's just because he played when he wanted to play. Like in his performances, it felt like if he wanted to play and give an effort, he would. But that's only when he wanted to. That's what it felt like to me. But yeah, Nigel, Mark, what do you think? Mark's, you're on mute.
It's all sorry for swearing. It's all bollocks at the end of the day, right? The geezer knows, right? Thomas Frank, it was clear when he came in that he had certain rules that he doesn't bend. That would have been made clear to all of the players, right? Not only have we had the balloon incident, right, before but he wasn't just late once. He's been late 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I repeat.
He's a professional footballer. He probably don't even have to turn up to work till 9:30 in the morning.
I think they start at like 10 anyway. It's like 10.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not hard, is it?
Yeah.
If the manager says, be here at 10 o'clock or 5 to 10, be there. And that's it at the end of the day. I'm glad he sacked him off because it was to the detriment of the team at the end of the day. Yeah, because if he hadn't have been such a dickhead, he would have been there and he probably would have been coming on instead of Archie Gray. So,
win the game.
You know, at the end of the day, toe the line, right? Whether you leave him, whether you stay in, you're still getting paid by Tottenham Hotspur. Act like a professional, be a professional, and do your job like a professional. Because if I went to work and Nige went to work and Eugene went to work and you didn't do your job properly, are you expecting your manager not to bollock you?
Exactly.
And that's it at the end of the day, isn't it? In a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, he goes, we have to sell him. He's let the club down, he's let himself down. And like Mark Swift said, Frank said at the start of the season, no dickheads. Yeah. And this is what he's acted like.
But let's hope now that Levy sells him, like just gets rid of him, because you know a lot of like clubs or even not just Spurs. I've seen it at United. They've kept some players they should not have kept for a long time just because they were like worth a certain amount. But he needs to just sell him, even for like 15 million. Just sell him, get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm hearing Roma are interested, aren't they? Apparently, so that'd be a good move for him. Just get him out as soon as possible.
No worries. Yeah. Hincapié again. Hincapié again.
Basuma.
No, I already said it about Basuma, right? You know me, guys, right?
But just before we came on, there was I said bomber, but Paul O'Keefe tweeted about Hincapié. Apparently, we are interested and we're going to make a move. Maybe I'm really excited. I really want to come. But Nige, what are your thoughts on Hincapié?
Oh, absolute dream signing if we could get him. As soon as I saw it, it was like, oh my God, if we get him and the other two, that is amazing. But Paul O'Keefe did follow up by saying it's a difficult deal to do. So we'll see. But that would be an amazing signing.
Yeah, I agree. Very good centre half. Very, very good centre half. I don't know what sort of dough he's on, wherever he is, and whether he fits into the same old crap again, the wage structure, all that old baloney, right? Again, it's another player. He's a very, very good player, and the level to where we need to be getting to improve this squad. And we can say the same stuff over and over and over again. It's okay being linked to these players. It's all right bidding for these players. Get them in. If you're serious, if he is serious, he's gobbed it. Like I said, he's give it the big one. He's done his little overlap interview. Now prove it. The time is here now. Prove it. Show the fans. And give the fans what they want, which is better players to give us a better chance on the pitch.
I think Hincapié is an interesting one because he can play left centre back, he can play left back, he can play probably in a 3 on the left of a 3. So he's Van de Ven cover, he's left back cover, he's he ticks so many boxes. Champions League experience. I mean, obviously Leverkusen won their domestic league as well with him.
I guess
so many boxes. I think he's only on 80 grand a week as far as I know. I might be wrong, but
like age 23.
No, the thing is that if Hincapié comes in or not is one thing, right? At the moment now is that are we all sure that Vuskovic is going out on loan to Hamburg?
I think he is. I think he's in talks with Hamburg. From what I saw, but I don't know.
All right, but no, if he goes out, but we can't. We ain't gonna rely because who do we have in the back line now, right? We've got Romero, VDV, Ben Davis,
Danso,
Dragusin is coming back. Dragusin is coming back. Yeah, that's 5. Right, so we really
but if he wants to play 3, he's going to need to find another centre half, isn't he?
I've got to say, I'm not bothered if we've got 10, Eugene. Right? If the geezer that's being mentioned, he's better than what's there. Get him in and ship the ones that ain't good enough out.
Get rid of Davis if you have to. I don't care. Get rid of Davis.
But the thing is that we've been linked to Hincapié. Not this season only, right? The past few seasons we've been linked to him. So it's just to tell you guys, we might after this Hincapié becomes hot, then maybe we'll cool down on SEZE, right? Then after that another name comes in, then we'll cool down on SEZE. In there, then we go back to not getting anyone significant, and until the last minute.
Eugene, normally I'd agree with you, but I'm with Nigel on this. I think we could get at least SEZE and SSAVIO done at least. And maybe if this Hincapié thing drives, I don't know. Like it's quite early.
Maybe Hincapié is not important yet. You get what I'm saying? But important is SEZE. We know our defense is solid enough. Like I said before, right? The game just on Wednesday was the same thing. When it came to set pieces defending against attacks, we were good.
And attacking set pieces as well.
But when it comes to playing kind of attacks, right? We are still running around, a bit lost, right? We're not closing our players. We're not close enough to our players that we are defending. Like the shot from Kang In, right? We were sitting on the outside of our box, but we never closed them down enough to block the shot. So that needs to change. That's how I see it. And let's hope the coaching is done properly. So most important now, Hincapié, if he comes in, it will be of course a great addition, right? Who wouldn't want him?
Yeah, Corey, you can come on if you want. Do you want me to send the link again? Okay,
hold on. I got to send the link again if not mistaken.
Listen, chaps, I do have to dive off. My missus is home.
Okay.
I
do apologise.
Give me a minute. Let me just put your thing up again. Let me just go.
Guys, go over to the 2 marks, right? Cookie and
really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on, chaps, and hopefully we can do it again soon and get you on our channel soon as well. Big up to the chat. Thanks for being here. Make sure everyone subscribes to all these 3 fellas. Yeah, they're on it, doing a bit of good work here. So get subscribed up to everyone, please. And I will speak to you later, Nige and Eugene. Take care. See you all soon. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Okay. And then we're free. 24-hour one. Oh no, not 24 hours. I need to eat at some point. but obviously playing Burnley tomorrow. Corey's joining. Hey, you're right, mate.
No see.
Hey, Corey, boy, I hope you're doing well.
And that smile from Haz always mate. You always make me smile. It's infectious. We all need a bit. We need positivity now. We need more links like Hincapié, man. Just seen that come up, and we've been linked to him for like the last 3 years. So it's about time we got this guy over the line. Otherwise, it's going to be like the Lewis to Mao situation, isn't it? But what could have been.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. B's back.
Mr. B.
Can you hear us, Steve?
Oh my God, it's on 3 people. Okay. Levon, you're right.
Sorry about before. Apologies for that, Eugene. I know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, man. Poxy, it's like Poundland Wi-Fi, mate. It's crap.
What was my question for you? Yeah. And
what were you talking about before? Discipline or something? Was it with Zuma?
Oh yeah, Any of your players during Frank's time, right, in Brentford, had any discipline problems?
Oh, he's gonna go again.
Yeah, Mr. B, can you hear me?
His Wi-Fi just went again, probably.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi's gone again. Yeah, big up everyone. Yeah, from New Zealand.
Corey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. I was just talking to my son.
Okay, sorry. I was like, what he said, that's fine. Mate.
He's bothering me with stuff about Minecraft. I've got no idea about that game. So.
Go ahead, Corey.
What do you want to say, mate? because obviously he wants to come on. So like, just
yeah, I mean, some of what you guys have been talking about, because I've been here pretty much from the beginning. Like a lot of us fans feel that as well. You know, it's time for Levy to put the money in. That if he doesn't do what he said in that interview, he's going to be exposed and he's going to be made a martyr of at the end of the day, isn't he? Promising us the world and then giving us peanuts. It's just every time with Levy, I can look through that guy now after 25 years and know that from day one he was only here to make money, and that should have sent a chill down our spines 20 years ago, or if not longer. You know. So yeah, I mean, the other night, tactically, we looked solid. It was nice to see that we're actually playing three at the back. I've been saying play three at the back for ages.
You have.
Again, with Dragusin as well, under Frank, and if we do play three at the back, you'll see better out of Dragusin because he's your typical no-nonsense centre-back as well. He'll put a tackle in. He'll clear the ball. You know, I like that in a defender. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of what you guys have been, like I said, a lot of what you guys have been saying is what most Tottenham fans are echoing at the moment. We do need better quality, but then to bring in another defender, we have to offload about the 6 that we've still got on the books that don't get in the first team.
Yeah, that's true.
You're level one.
I mean, we
Can you
need.
hear me? Oh,
Yeah, man. Big up.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see you. That's fine. Anyway, carry on,
Yes,
Corey.
sorry, man.
Are you driving?
No, I just parked up, but early morning here in NZ, bro. But yeah, big up
Yeah,
everyone. Big
Oh,
up Nige. I seen some of your content, bro, and big up Corey, bro. Seen you on some of the other shows with Seven and stuff. So much love,
Yeah, I've
man.
been on every now and then, but I've been busy.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, no, big up Haz, Eugene, man. Much love as always. Yeah, bro. I just quickly on the Super Cup, man. Oh, it was great to see the organization. You can see how solid we look, which I think as a baseline makes us look pretty good for the year. Like I know we're lacking quality up top, but if you're thinking in terms of just an output level of everything across the board, it means we should have a decent year. But we want to get to that next level, and I agree with Corey, man. We need that work done up top. We need the left winger. We need a 10. But I love the baseline of what Frank brings, man. It's very organized. Like, I was listening to Sava, and he said that's the best he's seen us in 3 or 4 years. So that might include the Conte era as well, which is surprising to me that, because Ange was so bad. I'm surprised that even it goes back further for him personally. But that's a good sign for me because I agree with Sava. Sometimes I disagree, but a lot of what his baseline of understanding of the game and what he can see is good. So that tells me Frank's a good coach in my opinion. But yeah, I'm interested to see how he goes with Burnley, which will probably give us more of the ball position wise. So we'll probably see like a low block and like, what can we do to be creative? And it might be. I think the obvious answer is like we're probably going to get a set piece goal at least, and who knows, Kudus might pull someone off, but I doubt that we'll have much when they're in the low block. But anyway, it's still positives, but we all know it's got to be Levy has to get in there and get in his pockets, to go a bit deeper. Yeah.
Eugene, are you doing a watch along tomorrow for the game? Or?
Yeah, I'll be doing a watch along right from the Mamak restaurant again with the rest of the Spurs fans. But now, if you're not, I don't know DJ is going for the protest, so I might have to do a protest along. Right, so be there a bit earlier, 1 hour earlier before the game starts, and do a protest along with DJ. Right, and up to the game. And
where is it? I only heard about this like yesterday because TJ messaged me. I didn't even know there was even a protest till like yesterday.
Yeah, there's a protest on, which I find rather stupid to be right at the start of the season. I know we need these signings, but the first game of the season should have been done last game of the season at Brighton.
I'm quite surprised.
Another thing that I was really impressed with, especially for this pre-season as well, you've got Coquelin and Frank out in that technical order area, barking out orders to the players, trying to get them to play. You hardly saw that from Ange and his coaches, did you? It was like the guy was walking along his technical box with his hands in his pocket, looking down at the floor. Like, come on, man, you're the manager. You're supposed to inject some positivity into the team, get them playing. And that's what I love about Frank now. It's like he is elevating the levels of the players when he's out there going, right, you need to be here, you're not really screaming at them. And you got Coquelin on the other side of the technical box shouting at the attackers. So you got Frank directing the defence and the goalkeeper to sort of the midfield, and then like anywhere from midfield net, you've got Cochrane go, oh man, it was beautiful to see. It really was.
Yeah,
I was so impressed with that. That's what I like about managers when they're showing passion, you know, out on that touchline, barking at the players, screaming at the players, getting motivated. If they're doing something wrong, they're there in their ear, not just walking up and down, kicking a can around, you know. It's one of the things that really irritated me about Ange, like for 2 seasons. There was just nothing there, was there? There was no passion, no fire in his belly, really.
You know what, Corey? I just want to jump on that point quickly. It's funny because I mean, I came in initially liking Ange. All you guys know I was an Ange fan, and then I realized his shortcomings. But it's funny now you're seeing Frank. It's almost you can see the real lacking of Ange, of what he doesn't have, and you're now seeing it with Frank. Like, wow, that's quality management right there. You know, he's communicating. He's all those things that Ange lacked. You can start to see like Frank's like almost cleaning up the mess that Ange made. You know. So it's totally. And Cochrane, I like that you got it's good to see a good assistance, and I like that he brought him over from Brentford. You can see they got a good duo together. They talk, they communicate, and I think that's great for the club to see at the moment. Yeah.
Guys, guys, coming to the Burnley game, right? We know they're going to low block us, right? If they're going to low block us, right, do you think we have the tools to actually unlock them? That's my question, you see. Right, at the moment, maybe the Kudos might be the key, right? But we know that Kudos usually get double teamed or triple teamed.
Do you think he might play like a 4-4-2 or something tomorrow? Because he's got Richarlison, Solanke, Kudus. I mean, he's got.
Solanke, come on, Solanke was 100%. Right, he didn't look fit.
I think Richarlison starts 100%. I can't see him playing a 2 up front. It is going to be a struggle. You know, Burnley are going to play a low block. They're going to defend. I think we win it with a set piece. Like I said, I've been saying all week we win it 2-0. It might be a set piece. It might be a penalty. To be honest, I don't care as long as we win the game.
Yeah, because we scored a corner and a free kick, right, for the PSG game.
Yeah, that's what I said last night on a show 1-0 Tottenham. That's what. Yeah, I think it's not going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be pretty tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Burnley in the Championship last season didn't really give up too much, did they? They were like very hard to break down, and they defended well. Didn't score that many, but they got promoted, so that's what matters, really. If you can play that kind of system and pick up points, I can see Burnley staying up this year.
But if that works, right, Corey, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I can see it working for Burnley this year because there's a lot of teams now. Like Bournemouth have lost pretty much 90% of their defence. You've got obviously Brentford. They've just lost their manager, pretty much all their coaching.
I'm not saying they're not staying up. I'm saying whether the style of play that Scott Parker's going to put in, whether it works. If your team is good enough to break their defense down, they will get. You know, it's like us, right? We sit back and we still can't defend. You get, once your defense breaks down, it loses its cohesiveness or composure, and you get taken advantage of. Let's hope maybe the defense that they have is can match up to the Premier League level, right? And we'll see on Saturday, because right, they may come out attacking us. We never know.
Do you guys think?
Sorry.
Sorry, do you think if we go 1-0 up and we go in a low block, will fans be like disappointed? Like, we should be putting the pressure on. Like, I'm just thinking like he might go 1-0 up, Frank, and realize, hey, I got no attacking options. Let's just defend the lead for 60 minutes. You know what I mean? Something like that.
No, I don't think he'll
do that. If he does that, he will get stick.
He'll get stick.
I'd understand if we did that against a better side, but I think at home to Burnley, I think we need to be all out attack. Sensibly all out attack the entire game.
But going on to off of that, Nige, do you think we'll play a 4-2-3-1 tomorrow then, instead of like a 5-3-2 again? Because he's going to have to chuck more.
Go back to
will probably start. I think that's what I said. Maybe might put Solanke with Richarlison. I don't know, but I think he's definitely going to play a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. I think tomorrow.
Yeah.
He could right?
The standard back four.
He could maybe go for. Go on, mate. He could maybe go for a 3 at the back and then only play one holder midfielder. Bergvall on, but trouble is, where's Danzo going to play? Because Danzo's got that long throw. Does he start every
Yeah,
game?
I know it's a weapon.
You know?
It's a weapon.
Yeah, it's a weapon, bro. That was good to see.
The long throw.
I got
doesn't
Delap
really
vibes
run
off that. I got Roy Delap vibes off that. I was just like,
through. That's true. That's true.
See, just quickly on that one. Just quickly on that one. That's a See, that's a good manager, man. He said, I swear, Ange would never have used Danso as a throw-in option. Like, never. He would have been too lazy as a manager. Like, Frank's like, no, this guy's got a skill set I can use. I'm going to use that as part of my strategy. You know, like, I thought that was just a nugget to realize Frank is a really top manager. Just like that, he thought, because I know for a fact Ange would never have used Danso to do throw-ins like that. Never.
Big up, Chris. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man.
Right. Now, that's true, right? If we do something, let's say, if we start with a back four, like let's say the starting lineup, right? The back four would be Porro, Romero, VDV, or it could be Porro, Romero, Danso. We never know, right? Then, of course, on the left we will have to use Spence, right? And in the middle, I'm sure there'll be a Paulinia there and a Benton core there. So will Sa be there? Yeah, the middle is already fixed. It's Paulinia, Benton core, Sa starting up, right? The front line will come back to Kudos on the right. Then it'll be a choice of Odobear, right?
Tell
or Brennan Johnson on the right.
Right?
That's a weird part. Right? Yeah, you forgot you got Johnson there too, right? And then of course, to tell the truth, right up front at the moment, I would still rather have Richarlison. Right?
I think Richarlison had his best game in the Spurs show against PSG. To be honest, I thought it was the best I've ever seen him play up.
He really did, didn't he? I mean, there was also that connection there between him and Kudos. I can really see that being our way forward this season and bringing on Solanke in the last 20 minutes. I don't know why. I just got something about Richie and Kudos this season. I don't know why. Just seeing that on Tuesday, I was like,
But they need to fine tune it, right? Fine tune it.
Yeah. But maybe he might put Van der Ven at left back to try and accommodate Danso if he wants to use the throw thing. But I did realise that Danso seemed to get really tired walking all the way up the pitch to do the throw and coming back. Like I did notice that. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. He looked like he was getting more tired because he had to go all the way up there and back.
No, maybe Danso be used as some kind of emergency utility long throw kind of thing, right? He might not put him on
last 10 minutes.
There as a body, but just to throw it in.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of talk for the last couple of seasons. What would VDV be like in a natural defence that isn't pushed up onto the halfway line?
Yeah.
And I can tell you what, from pre-season alone, the guy's proven that he can be a solid defender.
Yeah.
I've been impressed with him this pre-season, especially playing in a sort of back two or back three with wing backs. It's been a lot nicer to see him play it as a natural defender instead of, oh look, we're sitting on the line, oh look, there's a ball over the top, I'm now running, and it's going to save his hamstrings. Let's put it that way.
What was the argument? I know Sean made an argument that almost saying that Danso is going to supersede Van der Ven now that it's going to be a bit more lower line, and that Van der Ven's skill set in the air and all that isn't going to be noticeable as such, so it's kind of neutralizing his strengths. Do you guys agree with that, or I don't quite agree with that. I think the Van der Ven will still be in the back two, pairing with Romero, in my opinion.
No, based on
I agree.
Yeah, he will be well coached, right, to do what he needs to do. He's a young boy. You got a proper defensive coach there to tell him, what to do, where to stand, how to play, right? And then you have Romero as an example. Danso is a solid defender, right? Good with his head. Right, most probably teach VDV how to jump, to use his head. Right, the ball is there, right? So you jump there, right?
Well, Danso, the three of them, is more solid in the air as well. He offers that sort of protection to Vicario and the rest of the back line. You need at least one 6-footer that can jump
and get the ball.
Having 3 6-footers where one can jump, one's all right at jumping, and the other has pace but can't jump. It kind of, I'm all right with. I'm so all right with VDV being the pace, tracking back and making an attack on. I'm happy that Danso's there as the strength and the aerial presence to get the ball clear with a header, or even as in the corner, us taking it, him getting his head on the end of something, And then obviously, I would put Cootie down as a jack of all trades in defence. He's not really solid at any one thing, but he offers a bit of passing. He's got a better passing than the other two.
Passing game.
He can break the lines with his passes, but he is a bit rash, whereas Danso would be your cool head. VDV will be the guy tracking back, picking up the dangerous player in that three at the back, you know. And then to add,
Let's
we've
be
also
honest.
got Dragusin coming back from injury, who is your typical old-fashioned nonsense, well, no-nonsense centre-back. So,
But yeah, if we think about it, Frank is going to improve all of them, because one thing I think we can all agree on is that Ange didn't worry about defending too much. He wasn't too fussed about training and coaching the defence. So I think Van der Ven improves no end. Yes, he won't be running back as much, you know, and there's no doubt his pace is his weapon, but I think he can defend, and I think he will show it, you know, over this season.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe he can use his pace right going forward. Yeah, think about it.
That's driving runs, yeah.
Well, see, there was those like little he did one midfield run where he just picked the ball up and kind of drove through, I suppose, the midfield. Like I was thinking, he'll kind of be used in that sense where there's a bit of space, he'll fill it up, pass it off, and then obviously drop back and then progress the ball forward. So yeah,
I mean,
it's interested to see how it's being used, how it'll be used.
Mostly what Polina's role would be, wouldn't it? To drop a bit deeper back behind Bentancur to pick up the ball from the defence, to be able to bring the ball forward, drive it forward for 10, 15 yards, find Bentancur, find someone out on the wings.
Yeah.
That's like pretty much what he's there for, isn't it, Polina? To break up the play, to make a tackle. What I saw from him from PSG for 80 minutes, my God, what a player. But we all knew there was a player there. And it was just fantastic to see that, wasn't it, at the end of the night?
Yeah.
Okay, I know Nige has to go. So you mentioned
yeah, I do. Yeah, I got to get dinner out of the oven. Thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Guys in the chat,
keep subbing.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
When you're on next night,
guys,
let us know.
Well, probably tomorrow at some point. But yeah. Take care, guys. Much love.
Good night, mate.
Take care, man. Take care, brother.
But yeah, there is a lot of positives here now, really, to think about. Right? But the final part for me is we need to find, definitely sub to Nige. He's a great guy. We definitely need another striker up top, really, another one that can actually clinically put that ball in the net, a proper striker. I mean, I'm a good 6 foot. People that met me, you know, they say I'm a bit of a man mountain, but Solanke's about the same height as me. How that guy gets pushed off of the ball so much at 6 foot plus makes me wonder if he's really strong enough to be a strong striker for this kind of a system that we're going to be playing. We need a stronger striker that can hold up a ball and wait for players to run past him, or join in with the attack, not be pushed off of a ball and then the attack breaks down. Whereas Richie on Tuesday was showing his strength, and I thought, like you said, he had his best game, Richie, in a Spurs shirt for quite some time. And I was so impressed with Richie. I really should think we should make him the number one. He should be number one, Slanky behind him. That's just my personal opinion. I really think that the Kudos Richie connection, there was something there on Tuesday night, and it really worked well.
I think
I don't think we'll be getting
a striker this summer. I just don't see it happening unless one of them goes.
I think it's not going to happen. Maybe in the winter window, maybe we might need one.
I think it'll be next summer. To be honest, I think next summer they'll make a decision on Richarlison or Solanke.
Most of our academy strikers have been loaned out, right?
Yeah, Lancashire gone to. Was it where he's gone?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of our
most of our so-called better talents have been loaned out, haven't they? But we could really do with at least with one of them. Sorry, we could really at least do with some back.
I'm thinking maybe just give Frank just a little bit of time to work with Solanke, just to see if under Ange probably there wasn't any detail around things. So maybe just give him a bit of time.
Maybe Harry Kane will come back next summer. Yeah, that's what you're thinking.
No, LeBron, you're right, because I keep seeing
striker.
I keep seeing Solanke doing the same thing, right? That he used to do with Ange. He's not up front. Half the time he's somewhere in our.
But don't you think it's Ange's fault a bit, Eugene? Because he kind of forced him to play that role. Like maybe when he comes fully fit,
new manager comes in, right? You must be able to understand that where he wants him to be. I don't think.
No, go up there. Go up there. Frank will scream at him. Go up there.
Frank will tell him to stay up top. Yeah.
And if he doesn't stay up top and he keeps coming back, right? Like if Frank is truly who Frank is,
I don't think we've seen him with Frank yet. We just need to give him let's see him one full game with Frank, and just see
few
what
more
he
games,
does.
right?
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
we
with
haven't.
you.
Oh, we haven't
I'm
seen
with you.
anything.
Yeah.
But
He
I don't
might
think
he
we're
might
going to sign
challenge to
Rocket
stay right up top.
I think they'll get Eze, Savino, and maybe this Nkape deal will happen. I don't know. But Eze and Savino will happen. I don't think they're going to touch the strikers. They'll give Richarlison and Solanke 1 year, and then they'll decide which one to replace next summer. Like, I don't see as much as I want a striker. Also, I want us to drop 150 million on Isak. We're not going to do it. So, I mean, it's kind of Liverpool, man.
The good thing
about delusional, 150 on Isak, right? Yeah, Spurs become the surprise winner of the Isak drama.
Mate, I was talking about in one of the chats today. I was saying, let's make a bid for Donnarumma. He's going to go. Let's go replace Vicario right now. Donnarumma. Anyway, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, really gas out Vicario to the actual Italian #1 goalkeeper. Poor Vic. We're going to go and buy your mate who's better.
But yeah, because he's definitely going, man. He's definitely leaving PSG. So, but
what is actually the rift with Donnarumma or what? Why are they falling out with him?
Yeah, that's right. I was wondering why, right? Why did Donnarumma fall out with Luis Enrique, right? So I don't know. But sometimes, how you say, right? Big managers do big kind of decisions that he has to make. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's a weird one, but it is what it is, right? Because
which is why we should make a bid. Which might we make a bid. Let's make a bid anyway.
It's Enrique, isn't it? The PSG manager, Enrique.
Yeah.
Enrique.
Is he like the modern day Sir Alex Ferguson? Right, I've had enough, you mate. Leave, basically, like the whole Yap Stam, David Beckham kind of thing. Where I've had enough of you. Right, I'm getting you gone, sort of thing. So I'll get someone else.
But I do think Eugene and everyone else, when you get to that level, like PSG, City, Liverpool, even now I classify them as Bayern Munich. If a player wants to go, you'll happily let them go because you will just replace them in the same summer.
Yeah, with something better, right? So
because when you're at that level, like we're not nowhere near that level yet, but when you're at that level,
we're like begging good players to come in, right? They are like, you can leave. I'll get someone better than you.
We're not good players. We'll just go replace you with someone else. Like
that's why we're going for SEZE, right? So that's why when SEZE goes, they're going to get Rodrigo. Look at that.
They'll bring exactly. They'll bring Rodrigo in. For them, it's like once you get to that sort of level, when you have 20 players, or it's that sort of level, it's easy to replace them.
And willing to spend the money and pay the wages, right? Who wouldn't come to you?
Because Diaz and Nunez, they're leaving Liverpool. They got Gakpo. I mean, there's so many options still. Ekitike, Isak's probably on the way. I mean, it's fine. They can just replace them.
No, Harry. We're just jealous, right? We're just jealous.
We are. I admit, I'm jealous. I'm not gonna say.
That's why we are just jealous.
This is why Eugene, when we sell Sonny's been sold, and Kane's been sold. We're sitting there like worrying about replacing these players. We're like, we know the club won't replace them with the same sort of level or close to that level.
We've been worried for the past 3 years about Sonny and Kane, right? When Kane left, right? I think Richarlison came in. We all were saying, right? Richarlison is Kane's replacement.
But we know he's nowhere near Kane's level. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we don't have the capacity in the club.
The club intentionally, the club intentionally sabotage. Well, when you do that, you're pretty much telling your customers, "Hey, you've had a better product before. We're going to give you a lesser product, and you're gonna eat it pretty much." And we've had to eat pretty much scraps the last couple of years,
We've been eating scraps since we sold Kyle Walker. What are we talking about? Tottenham. Kyle Walker went. We're still looking for the right back. We're still looking for a left back.
Yeah, Danny Rose, right? Right back, left back.
Centre back.
Van der Vaart left. We're still looking for Van der Vaart replacement. We're still looking for a Kane replacement. I mean, Modric. You never. He's a different level, Modric.
He's too good, isn't he?
That's crazy. See, that to me is crazy. That speaks a lot about Levy, that he was just opportunistic in a lot of his recruitment, because we talk about these guys like Modric and that like they're once in a lifetime here at this club. You don't see a repeat pattern of getting a similar quality player like throughout every year. It's like, man, you can tell that he's, he don't, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The difference is with us and Liverpool and us and other clubs is they'll bring in the player a year in advance, and then they'll like with Frimpong now, and they'll probably sign another wide player. Basically, in a year's time, they'll let Salah go, and this whoever will play on the right because he's been at the club for God knows how long, or he's come the summer before, and he'll replace us like with Diaz. Diaz was like the long-term replacement for Mane. They brought in Diaz when they had Mane already, and then Mane got sold, and Diaz just went straight into the team. And
bro, I know what you mean.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Yeah. We're not proactive enough in doing that.
I think that's intentional, though. Levy is intentionally not being proactive. I think he's being intentionally not proactive for whatever reason. He's being reactive. I don't know if that's his personal style or not, but that's an intentional decision. Because if you were a legit football club and CEO, you would be proactive. There's no doubt about it.
The intention, right, is to save the financials part of it. He wants us to be sustainable. That's why he's never been proactive. Because if you have to be proactive, right, you're actually chasing down things. You get what I'm saying? You're not chasing down anything. That's why you're not going to spend the money to chase things down. Because we know, right, this world you need money to chase things down, right? So the only thing he's done is that he's gone out, right, with money. He's laid it all out and tried to, punt on players that hope that in their day they will come good. You see? So, and it's not worked that well. And whenever he spends big money, right, we've been saying before, Richarlison is a waste of £50 million. Dembele is a waste of
and Winston. Don't worry, he's just
I'll give it. Levy reminds me of like, I don't know if you guys in the UK have like.
Don't worry, it's just a laugh, mate. I know who it is.
A meat pie would be like $5 here. During the day, it's cooked freshly in the morning. It's $5. But if you come to the shop in the afternoon, about 4 or 5, just before the shop closes, the pie is about $2 or $1.50 or whatever.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free.
You could get one in the afternoon. That reminds me of Levy. The pie is pure and fresh, ready to go in the morning, but you got to pay $5. He's the type of guy that will wait till 4 or 5 p.m. just before the shop closes and get it for $2.
And they put them on discount. Asda, they put them on discount. Where I am
living. They get them on discount. Yeah.
I'm not saying I go there. I don't lie. I still go there. Yeah, I'm getting half the price, especially with meat because you can just chuck it in the freezer.
Fresh. The pastry's a little bit off. Like he's one of those guys.
He sits on his hands and his wallet.
I do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I do the same thing. I'll have to admit it.
So you're leaving.
Asda, at the end of the day, they put some meat on like discount, and because meat you can freeze it, I'll just buy it half the price.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, guys, come. Let's get a round of predictions here, right? And let's see how confident we are at this Burnley game. Right, my dragon grows 7 inches one day. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
predictions.
Your prediction tomorrow? Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs. I just have a feeling Burnley and nick a goal, but we'll go 2-0 up.
All right.
Hey, Levon. I see your name wrong, man. I'm so bad.
Levon, yeah, all good. No, I think we'll go 2-0. I don't think they'll score, but I'm predicting a set piece. I think Richarlison will nick one. Yeah, I think he'll find one, maybe a counter attack towards the end of the game, something like that. But yeah, 2-0 for me.
That's a thing, right? That's truth, right?
I think he's just trolling.
Yeah, I know. He's trolling. What
happens? I'm gonna go and start supporting Brighton.
Come on, Scott. Man, what's up, man?
I live in Brighton, so at least the stadium's down the road.
Yeah, you
can score a win.
Yeah. No, the
Scott
says
says
right.
He's a snooze fest anyway. He said that earlier.
Come on, Scott.
Snoozy watch a lot.
Don't worry, I respect Scott's opinion, but I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate on him. He's a good guy. I'm like that. I don't care.
Hate, bro.
Yeah.
No, to get true. I see a 2-0 score line, right? But if our attacking
Corey's face
right can get involved into this, we might even get a higher score line. Because don't forget, guys, the PSG game, right? None of our front three scored anything, right? So it was all the defenders. But let's see, maybe this time, if they're playing a low block, maybe Kudus might get something. I hope Kudus gets something, right? It'll be his debut goal, right, for the Premier League, right? Yeah, that's good. That's how I see it.
I think we're going to win 1-0. I think Kudus will score a screamer. That's how I think we'll win the game.
Yeah, let's hope that.
That'd be nice.
I see it being 2-1 for this one simple reason. Vicario will make an absolute clanger. I don't know why. I love the guy, but I feel like he'll make a clanger tomorrow. I don't know. I just got that feeling.
And so I think so, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, Danso was originally at Wolves. Yeah, he was originally at Wolves.
So are we predicting a 4-2-3-1 or a back three? What do you guys reckon?
4-2-3-1, I'm thinking. Yeah.
He goes back
I want
to
to see us play the same. I want to see us play the same as Tuesday night. That formation suited us really well.
5-3-2 thing, yeah.
Yeah, that suited us really well, especially with the defense. It was solid.
Yeah, very solid. Do you guys realize we look a bit bigger, body? I was looking, you got Paulina as a big unit, you got Danso on there, you got Van. It looks just like a more physically empowering, dominating team when you've got that back five. Look, we look massive. I was like, whoa, we're like 6-footers all around, barring Pyro and a few others, but it looked really like we're a big unit. I think that's maybe how Frank wants to play, is that physicality.
Don't forget, if he scores a hat trick,
doesn't
he'll have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tuesday night I saw Tel bundled off the ball within 10 minutes 6 times. Yeah. As soon as Kudus come off, our strength went in that midfield, next to Polini. I was like, oh no, what are we doing, kind of thing. As soon as Polini and Kudus went off, that's where it went all to pot. Tuesday night. That's where it went.
Yeah. I know.
Guys, I need you to answer this question for me. So when Frank brought on Solanke and I was thinking, look, Solanke hasn't played. This is actually a cup final. We could win this. Did you think that he kind of succeeded that, okay, we got it in the bag. I just need a bit of minutes in Solanke ready for the start of season? Did you think he kind of felt the cup was done by then, or that he kind of dismissed the value of the cup a little bit to get some minutes into Solanke? What's your guys' thoughts on that?
If he did that, right, that would be a mistake, right? That more or less cost us a cup. I don't think I'm not sure, right? I think he needed an outlet for that game, right? Because he's ready to come up with Richarlison. You get what I'm saying? So, and Solanke fell back to his old habits by coming back, right? To help out and didn't give us an outlet. And when the ball went to Tel, he kept losing it. You get what I'm saying?
Control the ball.
Yeah. Then that negates the whole plan. Right, so that's my fear. If we play this 3 at the back, more or less like a pragmatic counter-attacking football team, right? We don't have the players to go forward in the counter-attack. Right?
Yeah, you gotta hold the ball.
Kudus brings the ball up, holds it up, and runs up, right? But then there's no finisher up there to follow it up. I would rather see us go 4-3-2-1, right? In that sense, at the moment, against Burnley. Right, so at least it will give us a more attacking option, kind of a flow, right? Because we are hoping that Burnley will actually low block us. We are hoping, right? And then we do not know. For all you know, Scott Parker might change his game plan this season and come out and play football. And I'm not sure that they've signed many players.
I don't think he will. Yeah. I really don't think he will.
Yeah, so maybe he won't play it against us because we consider the bigger team, right? But maybe he has to, because you can't draw all 38 games and try to scrape through the Premier League, right? So you need to go out there and win some games. So at this moment in time, like I've been saying, somehow or another, when we deal with set piece defending, we are good. Deal with set piece attacking, we're good, right? But when in play, when the ball is flowing, right, somehow or another, we're still not in position yet. So
this is why we need SEZE and SEZE, because we
more
need
training.
Players hold the ball and can create stuff. Do you guys think Bergvall might play tomorrow? Because he's a bit more creative than Sarr. Say you put Bergvall in the 10, maybe, and Odegaard on the left, or Tel on the left, and Kudus on the right.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's why in the midfield, we do have a lot of choices, right? Apart from, of course, not having any creative choice, but we still have some choices. We have 2 solid holding midfielders, right? At the moment, Benny looks good, right? Paulinho, to tell the truth, I don't think he can last the full 90 at the moment. He might play 45 to 60 minutes, right? So you still need someone to come in to bolster up that part when he comes off. So whether maybe he start Bergvall, then after that, maybe that's the best part in midfield. Now we got this interchangeable thing. The sad part is that no creativity. That's how I see it.
It's the only creative number 10 I think we could play with the players we have available is maybe someone like Bergvall in the 10. I don't know.
No, but the problem is that we have never seen him being creative at all the last whole season when he was on the edge. How do you expect him to be that? If you want a creative player, maybe we put. We might
can be that player. I'm not saying he is that player. I think
Harry,
he could be.
And we might have to push Kudos into the center and put Brennan on the right.
I like him on the right. I don't know.
Yeah, put Johnson on the right, serving out the water.
Yeah,
you can't cross.
Far right, far right.
See, put him in the stands with those hot dog stand things. You know what I was thinking? Frank needs to get this win, and I think he just needs to get the win because it's his first game at home. He'll want to just get the fans on his side. So I think he'll stay with Sarr initially. Maybe bring Bergwijn on late if anything goes awry. But I think we'll. I know what you guys are saying, but I think he wants a bankable win at home to get the fans on board to start the season off right. That's what I'm thinking. But I think Bergwijn is their only kind of creative. But yeah, if you add it with the Oda bit, they can hold the ball up a bit better, and then you got options. But yeah, maybe they go Odobert and Sarr. I'm thinking initially.
Yeah. I just have a feeling he might, just because we've got City away next week, and he might go back to the 5 then. So he might do like a 4 against Burnley and a 5 against City. That's just my theory.
He will. That's what I love about him. He's adaptable. He'll go to a 5. He's like, nah, man, we've got to go to a 5. Sorry, boys, you guys aren't of the level to compete on position wise. We've got to go to a 5 this week, which I like. He's good, man.
That's what I like about Frank compared to Ange. Frank has adaptable systems that any player can really learn under him. So looking at it as a whole, we're not just going to be playing 2 on the halfway line like we have been for 2 seasons before Frank. You know, we're going to be playing with at least 2 to 3 different systems. We could be playing with 3 at the back. We could be playing 4-2-3-1. Hell, we could even push 5 into midfield and have 2 at the back, and then the wing backs, and then the defensive midfielder coming back to make that 5 again.
Corey,
so there's always interchangeable. Sorry.
You know what's good about though? When he changes his formation, it still looks good. There's no drop off.
Yeah, so there's no drop off from it. It's great.
The attention to detail between formations. There's no like miscommunication. It's all very tidy. You know what I mean? So that's a good manager for me. His 4-2-3-1 might be a bit better overall because they play it more often. But even his back 5 looks solid too. You know,
And every player knows what they're doing under Frank. At least with a good manager and a good coach, you're gonna see a lot more from these players this year compared to what we have done. We were very, very lucky last year to win that Europa Cup.
I'm beginning to see
with the season we had, you know, and United, it was one or the other, man. 2 very bad teams at the final. But then when you're the 2 top teams, you should be making it to the final.
Like Corey,
even if you're lucky, even if you're lucky, guys, right? We still won it. That's the most important thing, right? The cup is in the bag, right? So that's the only thing I can say. But for Frank, is that right? Of course, this season, to tell the truth, I don't even have any expectations of him winning any cup and all that, right? But what I'm happy with him is that I've seen organization, right? I've seen composure in defense, right? I've seen us being much better at set plays against. So that's the most important thing, right? But of course, the worry is that the drop-off of the quality of the players that we have. It doesn't matter we play Burnley, Manchester City, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever, right? That is my biggest worry because like last night, on Wednesday night, right? Thursday morning for me, right? That's why I said last night, not Saturday morning. It's the sense that we were up 2-0 against, it's like bringing our hopes so high up. Even if it was at 1-0, right? I would thought that we were lost because I see us dropping off. But going up 2-0, right? And not knowing what to do, that is a slight problem I do see now. But I hope he learns from this mistake. The players that he can trust when the next time he comes up into this type of position, right? And especially now, if he takes this, right, and take like every Premier League game as a final, he learns along the way whether the players he can trust to put in to do the job, right? Or maybe this time he made a mistake. If you're 2-0 up or 3-0 up, right? What you're going to do is that if you know that the team is a better team than you, you shore up your defense, right? Go tactical in that sense, you can say.
Yeah.
Right? If it's a weaker team, then maybe, right, we play a more fluid kind of football and try to, get more goals and all that. Use your brains a bit, be a bit more pragmatic, right? And let's see how that goes.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say to Corey, I'm a new fan. I kind of came under the Ange era, but like I'm starting to agree with you. Like in terms of I do think Ange got lucky, man. Like to get that Europa League more now. At the time, I thought, oh man, nah, he earned that type of thing. But you're starting to see things that like shivers. He got so lucky, man. And I actually agree that he could have got us actually relegated. The more I think about it,
This is
So
what I
it's
keep
like,
saying, right? For 2 years, day one, I was Ange out. We were talking to Julian Nagelsmann,
yeah, no,
and we
man, you're right.
refused to bring his coaching staff, Julian Nagelsmann's coaching staff, with him. Right. We sign Ange, who doesn't have a set assistant manager, let alone coaches. And I was saying for 2 years in every chat, this guy's not good. He's like, we've bottled finishing in the Champions League places to finish 5th in our first season. All right. Second season, we go from 5th to 17th, finishing 13 points above the drop zone. Right. All Leicester had to do was win 6 games when we failed to even win in 10, and we would have been in the relegation spot. When I say to Tottenham fans, subjectively, take away that cup win, what do you have? A team struggling, a manager not knowing what he's doing, coaching staff not coaching.
Corey, no, you just put it simple. If you take away the cup win, right, what do we have? Shit.
It's that old Arsenal thing. What do we think of Tottenham? Shit.
Yeah, that's true. But the problem is that it doesn't matter if it was shit. We still won the cup. So the team that lost to us, right, are shittier than us.
You know what was bad? Like all last season, I would rather go out and watch Whitehawk, who are in the 7th tier of football, than watch Tottenham play. I can walk down the road where I live in Whitehawk, pay a £5, go watch Whitehawk play. There's a pub. It's really crap football. Like, it's a bunch of Sunday League lads playing footy, or the guys that didn't quite make it in the Brighton Youth Franks. They're all playing for Whitehawk. But it's like I would rather watch that style of play than watch Ange try to coach our team.
Yeah, imagine how to do the work-alongs, right? Yeah.
He was with a Salt Bay or something, and he was cutting up some steak and stuff, and he's sitting in Greece. And I was like, this guy screwed everyone over. He just wanted to pay out, man. You can tell he's just like super happy he got his money.
And in Greece, he got given like an award for what he did for winning a European trophy, because the first Greek manager to actually win a European trophy. Yeah. It's weird because in those
Australian,
right?
Yeah. He's Greek Australian. Come on.
No, guys. Further more than that, right? He's the first Asian manager. Think about it.
he's Australian, Asian, and Greek. But honestly, it was in his interviews in the Greece media, like when he was given this like rewards, he was really humble. I was like, where was this Ange during the past 2 years? Like he was really different. I was like really surprised. Because it is interviews Tottenham, he was arrogant and bullish.
Harry, I told you, it was in his contract to be like that. Divide those fans, the Spurs fan base, even more, right? So Levy can do his nefarious things behind the back.
Nah, I don't know about that.
You know why he was so humble? You know why he's so humble? Because he wasn't the Tottenham manager. Oh, thanks for another award I don't truly deserve, but thank you.
Like you won't understand what he's saying, but like maybe like translated you'll have it. But it was the way he came across. I was like, this is not Ange. Like I was like, what is this? Like this is not the Ange I remember. Because I watched it. I was in Greek. So
that's the 10 million pounds in his bank account.
Oh, he doesn't have to worry about retirement fund.
Yeah, think about that, right?
He was a very self-defensive guy, man. And now you look at him and he's like, I love what I see from Frank, and I love that Frank came out and said, like, Lange, bro, we're not on the same page here. You gotta tighten up, man. This isn't the type of signings I need. I like that, because Ange pretty much said, nah, I'm going for, we don't need experience. We've got youth, and I was like, bro, you need experience. Why are you being, anyway. But yeah, I like what Frank was. I like that he came out and said, we aren't aligned right now. This isn't working. I don't usually operate this way. But let's tighten up and get these signings through the door. So, yeah.
But the best part is now, right? We've got a trophy. Ange is gone. All the thing we're going to do is look forward to this coming season, right? So the Burnley one will be the first test, like what Hans says. If we win this, right, it will, give Frank a rather more, a smoother, big ups, Rob. I hope you're doing well.
It's like with what Ange said at the parade, because I was there. Don't worry, my third season is better than my second. I was like, yes, he's got his P45. I was literally doing like the happy dance around my flat when we finally booted him. There's a smile on my face. I could be a Tottenham fan again, you know.
But
I got called. Sorry, mate.
One thing I'll give Ange for, like, not any, but he gave us the Europa and all that, but he put us in Champions League. I actually like that Frank has that platform to work straight in Champions League. Like, we've seen him at Premier League level, and I know he hasn't got all the pieces yet, but let's just see what he's like at Champions League. Like, from what I saw from the Super Cup, like, wow, he can perform on the European stage. You know, not to the levels, obviously, of Real Madrid and that, but he might be able to get us into that final 16 or whatever it is. You know, I love that it's given him the opportunity to show what he can do on Europe, not just once a week, you know, playing Premier League. He can do that, but I think
I honestly think in the European stages we're going to finish in the at least 15th, which will get us into the next round.
Let's hope.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, let's hope, because the only thing we can judge that on, right, is when the draw comes out, and let's see what teams we get, you know, because I'm sure we get another, and I'm sure we get some Eastern European team it mixed in the group, right? So we should be able to secure some points there. You know, I think the top 24 gets into the next round. So yeah, let's see how that goes, right? The top 16 qualifies automatically, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
I said that if he
24th gets you know in the top 24, the
Frank
top
gets
teams
like SEZE and that and SEZE, I think he can win an FA Cup or a League Cup. I do. I think there's enough. I think there's enough talent there to get that over the line. I think he can get a couple.
For the FA Cup and the League Cup, right? I have to see what the other teams are doing, like Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City, what they are doing. Where we meet them, will they meet? If we meet them early in the rounds and we knock them out, then that gives us a bigger chance. You get what I'm saying? But if we meet them in the quarter semis, you know, or something like that, then it'll be harder for us. So. At the moment now, to tell the truth, right, I don't expect Frank to win us anything next season, right? I will give him this season. Yeah, we can't expect that. You know? If he does, right, you know, it'll be another record breaker or something like that, right? So let's see how that goes. But at the moment now, the Frank thing, the new season coming up for 2025, 2026, that should be a stepping stone for Frank, number one. And of course, you know, the transfer window and all that hoo-ha on that, right? That will actually try to reflect, right, the bloody ambitions of our club, right? And let's hope our chairman, right, which we've been lied to by him so many times, over and over and over. I'm going to say that 25 times, right? Over and over and over and over. X25, right? Let's see whether he's true to his words, right? If not, it's all just more BS, more smoke and mirror. And you know, it's all an illusion, another magic show again. Then the fans, you know, are going to be happy or not. So like I said, most important thing, right? This Saturday, if there's a protest, if there's 3,000 people out on the streets there, right? Maybe we'll get our signings coming in, and maybe we'll, like Harry says, right? Maybe add on a Henkape in it too.
I just feel these protests, even though I'm staunchly out and have been since Yol was sacked. I feel like this at the very start of the season for the guys' first game at home it's a bit tasteless. I believe in the protest, but first game of the season, I can understand we haven't got the signings. We all saw that absolute tosh that was put out on the overlap. But I sit here and I think, like, first game of the season, at least wait till you're 10, 15 games into the season, or see where we're really
more
going.
if it was on against Bournemouth, because I think it's the last day of the window, or the second to last day of the window, right? So if we hadn't got SEZE and SEZE by then it would make more sense.
If they are serious in the protest and all that, right, it should be done every game at home. You guys, if you really want to send out a message every game at home, you do it. You guys, whether it doesn't matter, you got 3,000 or 50 of them or 20 of them or 200 of them, right? Every game, because that numbers, you will see it fluctuate when the fans are really unhappy, right? Like this moment now, a lot of fans are unhappy because we're not getting in the signings, right? You get what I'm saying? We saw us getting battered by Bayern Munich, right? Then we see us, right, 2-0 up, right? And in the end, we still lost, right? Because we saw that our quality wasn't in our squad. right? If we had the SEZE and SEZE for the Super Cup final, right, would it have been different? I'm sure it wouldn't have turned out this way. We could have been 4-0 up. 4-0 up in the first half when they were.
Don't get me wrong. I'm leaving out. I've been leaving out since Saha Nelson 2012. But with Eze, I think that deal's a bit different because I think Spurs waited for Arsenal to pull away from the deal before making the move. Because let's be honest,
I'm not saying how the deal is done. I'm saying Henry, I don't care.
With Savinho, I think it's a bit more difficult because you're getting come from City for quite big money. Like I'm not saying I wanted to.
Harry, it doesn't matter how the deal was supposed to be done, right? Because this summer, right, it's a weird transfer window. We had June, July, August. We had 3 months to do something. You get what I'm saying? Why wait so late?
I'm saying with Eze, we had to wait late.
No, it doesn't matter whether it's Eze or Savinho. We had 3 months. We could have gotten in the quality players even before that to give Frank an actual chance, right, for the Super Cup or something like that. But we just dragged on and went on, right? So we reached the final. The loss of that cup, right, hurts is because we were up 2-0. I already said it earlier. If we were down 2-0 and came back to 2-2 and lost in a penalty, right, we wouldn't even feel that hurt because we would say that, well done, Frank. You know what I'm saying? It shows that we have some fight. It shows that, we are moving on. But the problem is that it was in the reverse. That's the hurt is there. You get what I'm saying? But in the end,
what I'm saying with Eze, I disagree with you because we never would have moved for Eze unless Arsenal pull out because they were in talks first and then the talks stalled or something happened.
I understand. But I'm saying it doesn't matter whether it's Eze or Savinho or whatever. If we get the quality players earlier for Frank to work with. But
we did get Paulinho and Kudos, to be fair. But I think those were necessities.
But it showed that it wasn't enough, right? Yeah, it still wasn't enough.
Did you expect us to beat PSG, though? I didn't expect us to beat PSG.
Yeah, none of us expected to beat PSG. But the problem is that it hurt so bad. It's because we were up 2-0.
This is where I might agree with Corey. Agree with Eugene and Corey's point. Like, I know it's tasteless, definitely, man. But if this actually protests, you get 3,000 people there, and it triggers Levy to pull the pin on Savinho and Eze, wouldn't that technically mean that the protest was timely? You know what I mean? Just to be a kind of devil's advocate to that.
Yeah, it would.
What if it actually happens?
Like what I said, right? Yeah, I credit the Europa League Cup to the protest.
I mean, I went to last season. I went to 2 of the, was it 3 protests? The last one I missed because I was terribly sick, and I really wanted to go. But there was an atmosphere at both of them. Made friends, people that I've been aching to see. It was great. But I just think seriously, the first game of the season under a new manager, a new system, and a new way, you want to. I don't know. It feels like you're pushing the apple cart out before you fill it with apples.
Corey, it's the same thing, right? I think they had about 3 protesters last season or 4 protesters. I think the last one they had, right, was after we had the semi-final win, heading towards the final. There were only 50 people who turned out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so tomorrow,
I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, tomorrow we will see, because like you said, like some people might have that sentiment. It's the first game, you don't want to go up and blah blah blah. But some people will have that sentiment saying, "Shit, right? We're in the Champions League, right? You came out and said that we want to challenge for the Premier League, and not challenge now this time. We want to win it, right? And we want to win the Champions League too, right? And then you're not showing the effort. You get what I'm saying? So that some people might have that kind of feeling. So I don't know.
The old mantra, isn't it? A leopard never changes his spots. It's Levy.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw out breadcrumbs to fans all the time to keep them on side, and when things don't happen, that's when we kick off. But we still got 3-ish weeks left of this window. We're under a new manager, a new coaching staff that have been fantastic for Brentford. Let's not kid ourselves. This guy knows what he's doing when it comes to coaching and getting stuff out of players. I mean, for 2 years, and didn't see anything under Ange. You might get a cheeky win here of 4-0 and then we'll lose the next 6 in a row,
Yeah.
Or like, especially that 10-game losing streak. I mean, the last game I saw us win was the game I was at Southampton with Rich C. When he got me the ticket for my birthday. Hang on. And seeing players like Solanke pushed off of a ball from a defence that's already going down and relegated, man, I'm sitting there like I'm looking at Rich. He's looking at me like, this guy's 6 foot, right? Defoe has more strength than the guy, and he's smaller, So Defoe could push a player out, but I'm getting a guy that's over 6 foot that can't even push over a banana by the look of it, man. The guy just so lightweight, so it's just so bad. It's you're supposed to be a strong forward, and you're getting pushed around by someone that's 5'6".
I think the thing with Ange was he was a massive distraction and for people to take the pressure off Levy. He said he was a quotable, he's probably the most quotable manager I've seen in terms of, and that was a distraction from what Levy was doing. Now with Frank, you've got a great coach, great communicator. He's doing the best with his Kansas squad. Now you can see the attention's back on Levy. Like it's all Levy in all of the content space. Like it's like everything, you don't have a bad manager now to hide Levy away behind him. Levy should be at the forefront now. Like, guys, let's get the pieces in, and like I like that Frank's come in, and now the attention's gone back on Levy clearly because Frank's working exactly. He's getting the best out of. Well, I think he'll get the best out of everyone, and it's clearly showing Levy. Look, I'm getting the best out of it. Whereas with Ange, it was so bad that everyone just focused on Ange, rightfully so. But it took some of the focus off of.
I haven't seen Levy. Anyway. Yeah, the game's gonna start in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. But guys, it's gonna be 3 a.m. here in Malaysia, right?
I've got to finish as well because the game's like 15 minutes. Yeah,
man. Yeah. Much love, man.
Anyone are you heading to work?
No. I've just parked up outside the gym. I was gonna go and do a few, 120 kg dumbbells. You know what I mean? Just
Beast mode on. Headset. Get him beast up, man. Get him some protein shakes and get him in the gym.
Come do some squats with me down here in NZ.
I mean, I've got nothing wrong against Solanke, but I've always called him one good season Dom, and that's because he had one good season in 10 years being a professional. But then we can say that about Richie, but at least Richie scored in the Champions League if we not forget him.
Man, hey, just before we wrap up, just thanks again, man. Corey, man, nice to meet you, bro.
And you, Lev.
And Eugene, brother. I hardly jump on these days because of the time difference and stuff, but when I do, I'll try and get on as much as I can.
No, that's fine, man. So, wherever you want to, just click on the link. It's fine. I always put in the chat. Anyway
I always click on, man, if I'm awake. But no, man, nice to meet you guys. Have a good one. We'll catch up in the chat.
Yeah.
Stay safe,
Peace out, brother. Stay safe.
All right, stay safe, bro. Take care.
Corey, are you on anyone's?
Well, we are, or should I say, there's me, Phil, and Rintek that have Blockbusters, movies, games, and television. We had a really good debate last week with Mr. Brian Daigle about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really?
We're currently working on something else in the background, but we're going to be on tomorrow night, I believe, for just a general what have we been watching and what we've been playing kind of stream, because our literal YouTube channel is being a nerd, and I shouldn't use that tag because I got told in our group.
What's the channel called?
Tag. It's called Blockbusters, Movies, Games, and Television.
Blockbusters.
I will grab it for you.
Chat, right? So at least we can.
Yeah, I'll quickly grab it because obviously we're in our group chat thing. Hang on, I'll scroll through because for some reason when I type it in my YouTube, it doesn't show me it. It's rather strange. Like, I'm a member of the channel, but I can't find it when I type it in. I mean, Philly normally has all this stuff saved straight to his links thing, he copies and pastes everywhere, but where are we? Sorry, I'm just going through this, not WhatsApp on the computer now. There's about 700 chats before I even get to our chat. Literally all different Tottenham pages, football pages, American football, hockey. I literally watch every single
American football. Which team you support?
I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh dear, I'm a Niners fan.
Oh wow.
I feel so Spursy whenever I see them too.
Right, I've just found our page. Hang on. Here we go.
You have it, yeah.
Right. And sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. It is a rather painstaking thing balancing this all out and understanding. Like, I'm trying to help the guys with the channel as well. I'll post it in this because for some reason I'll post it in this studio there.
Yeah, and I'll put it on the.
Yeah, literally, we had a nice debate with Mr. Daigle last week about certain things TMNT, who would be the better leader, who would win in certain fights. It was
Michelangelo
fun.
or Raphael?
Raphael is the best turtle. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. Raph wins everything. He breaks Leonardo's swords. He'll snap the bow staff of Donatello in half rather easily. And those nunchucks of Michelangelo are useless when his hands are pinned up against the wall. Just saying.
Yeah, so if you still watch, please subscribe. It
to
seems like a
this.
fun channel, to be honest. I mean, it's about media and stuff, so it's not Tottenham
Yeah,
related. So
we're going to try and get other people on as well, you know, like we're
Yeah.
going to invite people from the community that we know and love. So whenever people are about, we're going to say, hey, you're free to come on and talk about a topic and we'll make a video. I mean, we're brainstorming different ideas. Our intro video is something new to the channel as well, so it's really good.
Right.
Yeah. So please go subscribe. And Eugene, are you doing a watch along tomorrow? Or
yeah, I'll be doing a watch along. Most probably I'll start with the protest along, right, with TJ there all the way. I'll be there from, I think, let's see, tomorrow, 1 hour before the game, so I'll be there around 2 p.m.
I think it's 2:30 apparently. Anyway, that's what I saw online.
The game is
I didn't even know there was one
1500.
until TJ messaged me yesterday. I didn't even know there was one. I honestly didn't know.
So yeah, if the game is around, around 1500. If the protest starts at 1, I'll be there about 2 p.m. UK time. I'll start then, right? So yeah, all the way, and we'll do the watch along through all the way. So I'll do the protest along plus a watch along. Let's see how that goes, guys. Right?
This guy. I don't know. I'm going to ignore him.
Let's see whether we can get 2,000 people or 30 people there tomorrow.
I'm kind of a quarry. I think the first game's not the right game to do anyway. I would understand it more if it was on the 30th because it would be like just before the end of the window, and if we hadn't signed anyone, like it kind of make more sense. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for the protest. Don't get me wrong, because I've been Levy out 18 years now since Yol was sacked. Was it 2005, 2006, and around that time?
2007, I think. Was it 8?
Whatever. It's so far ago, but it feels like nearly 20 years of me hating this man, this ownership.
It's almost 20 years. It's almost 20 years. Yeah, it's almost 20 years.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm all for the protests. I support the guys going, but this one to me, start the season, first game, new manager and new ideas. It just, I don't know. It feels like it's pushing the apple cart out there without the apples. You know, you try to sell something. I mean, I believe in what the guys are trying to do, but first game of the season under a new manager, I can't see it.
Let's see how that goes, right?
He'd start Levy back protests. We want Levy back. So we want Levy back. Then it's like, no.
Wait first, Boo Boo. Which club are you from? You can have him.
Yeah, you can have it if you want.
It's all White Hawk League investment.
Anyway, guys, come on, you Spurs, and hopefully we'll beat Burnley tomorrow.
Yeah, and as always, Levy out.
Yeah.
Levy out, Levy out, Levy out.